We are exactly 12 minutes away from what must be the biggest card for AEW Dynamite that they have ever put together. Let's talk about it.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed.
What'd you say? This is Darby Allin, and you're listening to Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast.
Oh yeah, it's Darby Allin. Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Give Me a Whole Yeah Wrestling podcast. My name is Ant, and today, watching some wrestling. Thank you so much for joining us. It is AEW Dynamite tonight. It is starting in 10 minutes and 56 seconds. We are going to watch it together. We are going to comment on it. We're going to say what our thoughts are about it. And let's get into this card, because when you have a card that includes Chris Jericho, Moxley and the Blackpool Combat Club, Timeless Toni Storm, Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland 3, and Sting and Darby Allin going for the championships, that is a stacked card. Okay, that is a huge stacked card. And of course, Tony Khan has his announcement, and everyone's going to be whining about it tomorrow. But his announcement is coming. We're going to be here for it. And so thank you so much for joining us, and we can sort of break it all down as it goes through. We will be watching the show, not watching it on air, but watching it and sharing our opinions as it goes through. I would like, if I may, to take a bit of time to go through and put a bit of music on as I go through tonight's card. It's the 7th of February, 2024. It's actually the 8th for me right now. It's 10 to 1 in the morning. But it's okay. We're here and we're chill. Your first match is Chris Jericho versus Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita beats Kenny Omega twice. Is he going to beat Chris Jericho tonight? Jericho continues his feud with the Don Callis family. What is this going to be like? I love Takeshita. I think this is going to be a really good show for Chris Jericho. Blackpool Combat Club is going up against CMLL in a match that was built up on last week's Dynamite, where the people from CMLL came and attacked Moxley after his match with Jeff Hardy. Continuation of that story right there. We've got Timeless Toni Storm going up against Red Velvet. Deonna Purrazzo is on commentary. Deonna Purrazzo beat Red Velvet, and now it's time for Toni to beat Red Velvet. But it's Toni time. Get the tiger emojis in chat, everyone. Toni time. The Americans watching are probably going, why Toni time tigers? We used to have a Frosties. Frosties is a breakfast cereal by Kellogg's, and they had a mascot which was Toni the Tiger. Always reminds me of Tiger. Anyway, we have Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page. Numero 3. The last two. They're being on pay-per-view. They're free tonight. I think it's going to end in a dodgy finish. That's going to lead to all three of them being in that main event at Revolution. Some story potential there. The winner of this match will face Samoa Joe at Revolution. Are we getting a winner? I don't think so. I have no doubt if it's out like the first two matches, it will be excellent. Then we have what I assume is going to be our main event. The tag team champions, Ricky Starks and Big Bill, going up against Sting and Darby Allin, the team that have never lost in AEW. Is this the night where they put over Ricky Starks, who had the first match with Sting in AEW? I don't know. I actually genuinely don't know. And that excites me. That, my friends, is wrestling. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I do appreciate it. Sassy is in the chat, the moderator that we all love. Welcome to the live stream of AEW Dynamite. Thank you for joining us. Please be respectful of the opinions of others who are in chat. Please no comments concerning WWE and the McMahon allegations. We are here to watch wrestling as a family. Absolutely. This is a place to chill out, watch some wrestling. I don't want to talk about the McMahon allegations. I've done plenty of videos on them recently. Also, I'll be doing a video tomorrow night. Not on this channel, though. So if you want to view more talk about the McMahon allegations, you're going to have to subscribe to a new channel, my friends. If you could go and check out Beefy Has Anxiety. I'm going to put a link to that in the chat. Go subscribe to him. I am appearing on his channel tomorrow night, and it should be a lot of fun. Channel that doesn't just deal in wrestling, also deals in court cases. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of insight from them. Anxiety, a really good channel, actually. Super chat and Patreon are now open for donations. Absolutely, you can become a member by hitting that join button. There's a spare emojis and perks that you get access to. But more than anything, you are supporting the channel. You are making this possible. There we go. I'm going to paste this in here. Check it out, man. Check it out. Go and subscribe to Beefy Has Anxiety, and I will be on there tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We live stream Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite, and Friday Night SmackDown each week when able. Please comment and give us your take on the show. That's what it's all about, man. I want to hear what you think of the show as we sort of go through it. Our online store is now available for shopping and gifting needs. Continue to support WrestleSphere, Soundsphere, Wrestling Royalty, Tom Talks Rubbish, Misfit Wrestling Podcast, and Miplet's new channel, Miplet One, who's also in chat. Enjoy the show, absolutely. Everyone enjoy the show. It's pretty much been leaked. The AEW's announcement is a Boston show. Yes, I've heard that as well. Do I think that deserves an announcement? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And while people might be disappointed when it comes up and it's not Sasha Banks being announced, they're kind of announcing that they've got Sasha Banks, right, by doing this. They're kind of announcing that in the exact same way they did with CM Punk. So they've got a stat card. They're going to have eyes on the product. Tony Khan's going to make the announcement tonight that they're in Boston in a big arena venue. More than likely, Sasha Banks is appearing just after Revolution. So come and join me. Sure. There we go. Right, let's get a poll. Who wants to see Dan join the live stream? Who wants to see Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve? Come and hang out with me. Let me know in the chat if you want to see a Grand Wizard appear. I'm not really feeling good today. Just came by to apologize to you guys for not being here as much as I hope to be here. More often soon. Look, love you guys. Hopefully see you soon. Miplet, we love you. Michael, hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you feel better soon, mate. I hope you feel better soon, my friend. Most buddy, take care of yourself. Thanks, buddy. Love ya. There we go. Beefy Has Anxiety. Love you too, buddy. Yes, I'd count this as a Mercedes announcement. So would I. Cool. That's all the comments. Thank you so much for joining me so early, everyone. I do appreciate it. If you could hit that like button, it helps us out. We are 3 minutes away from the live stream happening. And I've got a special treat for us all. I've got a friend who wants to join the stream. It is Pro Wrestling Eve's promoter, Dan Reed, who's going to pop in and say hello to us all as we go through. Dan, sorry, that was Dan messaging me there. Dan, I've sent you the link on Facebook, my friend, if you want to pop in. And you're only allowed to pop in if you've already liked the video. There we go. Not that I have any way of checking that. The allegation videos that I made have been doing incredibly well for the channel, getting some really good talk. So if you are interested in the Vince McMahon allegations, please do head over and watch them long-form videos. As Sassy was included in the last video. She popped on at the end of the stream and gave us some wonderful insight. So if that content is up your street, then go check it out, man. I will advise people to watch it because I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of how we are handling that terrible situation. So, yeah, well, Cody Rhodes, eh? Yeah, The Rock, he's coming. Not that we're going to talk about that on this stream, right? Yeah, that's all happening. Mate, there is a lot of reason to be excited about Dynamite tonight. I've been watching Dynamite since the very start, and I don't think there's been as stacked a card as there is this evening. When you've got Sting and Darby for the tag champions, they've never lost before. Are they going to win? Are they going to walk into Revolution as the champions? Are they going to put over Ricky Starks? I have no idea. Swerve and Hangman 3. Are you kidding me? Timeless Tony Storm in action. Let's go. Luke has said, evening, my dude. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Wednesday, and you know where you're hanging out, man. You know where you're hanging out. It's on the Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast. Hey, Ann and old Todd. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, brother. Hi, Luke, says Sassy, and Sassy says, hi, Todd. We've got Sassy back. She's all, I think she's still on holiday, actually. She was on holiday yesterday when I spoke to her. She's just coming to hang out with us all and have a good time, because that's what we do right here on the Pro Wrestling podcast of Give Me a Whole Yeah. There we go. Cool. How is everybody? How are you all? How's your week been? My week has been good. I've been busy at work. I'm back at work tomorrow, but it's all good. I don't mind. I've had my nap. I've had my pizza. I'm ready to party with some AEW Dynamite. It's starting in 1 minute and 17 seconds. And on Facebook. Apparently, I can't text and not talk at the same time. Hey, Sassy, and welcome home. Absolutely. Warm welcomes for Sassy, who's joining us in this massive event, which has no Velvet Sky. And Velvet Sky? It has red velvet. It has no sky blue, and it has no Julia Hart, but it does have Mox, and we all know Sassy is thirsty for a drink of Mox. Thanks, Sassy. 30 seconds left until AEW Dynamite begins. To say we've got 10 people in chat already, you've all chose to come and hang out with me, and you do it every week when we have this stream. I do appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully we'll have a good time and have a lot to talk about in this episode. I think we will. Mark, I just want to say as well, Mark, a special mention to you as well. The way you're handling them Vince streams has been brilliant for us. I really appreciate you coming in and reminding people about the trigger warning. So thank you, Mark. I do appreciate that, man. Big time. It's hard for me to talk about everything. Here we go. Dynamite starting. We get the pyro. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Big show. Big show. Big card. It's Wednesday. You know what that means? AEW Dynamite. It's live from Phoenix, Arizona. Sounds like a lot of people are there again, saying it's the biggest Dynamite of the year thus far. I'd say it's the biggest Dynamite they've had in terms of card. It is pretty incredible. So sad, no Julia tonight. Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page, powered by Woo Energy. Bowie Keith, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you are watching AEW Dynamite and you can hang out with us as we see Hangman Adam Page backstage walking among the blue lights that's going off. What's happening? What? He's coming out now? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? We are starting the show with Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. Time limit draw incoming. Welcome, Jeff. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us, mate. Hi, about, he says Sassy, and she's about to say hi to my dude, Jeff. Hangman Adam Page has his Tom Selleck mustache going on. No butterflies on his jeans. That's good to see. Actually taking himself seriously right now. Means we can take him seriously, eh? There we go. So what is this match going to be like? How is it going to compare to the incredible matches they've had on pay-per-view? This is for a shot at the AEW World Championship at Revolution. The person who wins this match will go on to face him. I'm going to put a poll. How about a poll? I want to see what you guys think in the community. I want you to vote in the poll who you think is going to win. Or hopefully I can get this done before we do some dancing. Come on. I don't even know if I spelled his name right. I'm over it. Prince Nana. Oh, Swerve is backstage. He's backstage. Whose house? Swerve's house. Listen to that crowd, man. Nana coming out. On your feet. Let's go. Mate, I'm really excited for tonight. I am excited for this freaking match. Let's go. I'm not as good as Nana. I'm happy to do it. Woo! Oh, mate, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Swerve Strickland going up against Hangman Adam Page in the opening of this bloody stacked card. Red Dead 2 vibes from Hangman. Absolutely, brother. The serious cowboy. Let's go. Poor Todd. I got mocks tonight. You certainly do, my dude. So I was on the old X app today, and what do I see but an article about a massive cannabis growing operation being busted up in Hull? Makes me ask the question, have you been holding out on us, Anne? No, I haven't. I haven't even seen that news story. How bizarre that a dude in Cincinnati is telling me about a huge cannabis growing operation bust up that's happened in Hull. I didn't know about it, man, but that's cool that he thought of us. Hopefully, no other news breaking tonight. Fingers crossed, my dude. But we will have a lot of news coming out of this show, I have no doubt, because we have a lot of action. So, you know, it's not a troll, my guy. Oh, man, no, it's all good, man. You are welcome here. You are welcome. And let us know what you think of the show as it goes on. As face-to-face is Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. Hi, Misfit. How are you? Says our Sass. Rock and roll. These two great matches in the past. What's it going to be like tonight? I feel bad for TNA and its talent. I haven't really been following it, Misfit. I haven't been following it, my dude. I've been doing other research into other terrible wrestling stories. However, now I just want to enjoy some wrestling. And we have some cracking wrestlers in the ring right now. I named it. I said Swerve Strickland was my talent of 2023. I thought his stuff he's been doing has been incredible. Let's see what you guys think. Who you think is going to win? Swerve Strickland got 70%. Adam Page got 30%. Interesting, man. Damn, they are both good. Yeah, man. The point is, both of them have built up a story around great wrestling matches. And yeah, this has been good. This has been good. I got CMLL tonight. Reginald, welcome, my dude. Thank you so much for joining us. I think I do, actually. I think if you're going to carry on the story on this massive show, this stacked, rostered show, I think give CML that victory and let the story continue. Let's see when we get to it, man. 70% of people have voted in the poll for Swerve Strickland to win. Anthem fired Scott D'Amore today, then lied to talent by saying he stepped down. Oh, mate, that's rubbish, man. That's rubbish. Oh, dear, TNA. Swerve backing off Hangman Adam Page, leaving him in the corner, boasting in his face. Can we get a hashtag going, guys? Like, I've missed Dan. I don't know where he is. Dan Reed should be here by now. Let's get a hashtag going in chat. Hashtag we want Dan. And I'm sure he may magically appear. I sent him the link ages ago. Where the devil is he? And it spilled into the outside. Yes, I'll be watching tonight. Plus, I was watching wrestling on Collision the last Saturday. Nice, man. Nice. I haven't been able to cover Collision as much. Not talking about wrestling. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Misfit Wrestling Podcast. Really? What were we talking about? The cannabis that I've just been talking about with my dude, Jeff. Right. We want Wizard. Can't even be bothered with a hashtag, Sassy. I appreciate it. Don't worry about it. Let me conjure up. I'm bringing him on. It's Dan. Dan, hello.
Hi.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm alive. I'm excited about a night of AEW. It's a night where there's actually some wins and losses. It's not as easy to bank on as what it would normally be, and it
I know, right?
Bloody beautiful.
It's almost like when you create a book a wrestling show, you don't give all the answers to every match.
Right? I'm all for this. There's no reason why we can't have this every week. You don't have to make everything as quite like Hangman versus Swerve every week, but there is no reason why we can't have matches, in a similar vein of, I don't know who's going to win this one. And that's what we've got a bunch of tonight. Jericho and Takeshita, one would think Takeshita, but never can be too sure. Swerve and Hangman.
Could be.
One would think Swerve, but one can never be too sure when there's still a few weeks to go until see what story they're telling us.
Could be a time limit draw, man.
Think Sting and Darby, but we don't know for sure.
Move your mic a bit closer. You're cutting out a bit, lovely.
Oh, what about now?
I don't think you're using that mic. Tap that mic for me.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, you're not using that mic. That's why.
Let me change the settings, my dear.
All right. Do you want me to remove you for a sec?
No, it's still fine. Here we go. Let's try now.
Cool. I know Tony Khan is not happy with TD Garden right now. I don't know who TD Garden is, my dude.
So that's the venue that may have possibly leaked out Tony's big announcement in advance.
Oh, the Boston show. Okay,
Yeah.
It's not Mercedes returning. It's an announcement of a Boston show. We're getting a CM Punk moment as these two are fighting in the ring, looking for the Irish whip, but instead Hangman picking him up. What strength, man, from Hangman. He makes everything look so easy.
I appear to be at a different point to you.
Ah, yeah. Let me know if I need to pause it. Hey there, Wizard, says Todd. Jeff, I haven't heard about that cannabis growing operation. Sure and sure. Thanks, Jeff. To be fair, if there was a time limit draw option, apparently there was a massive bust up in a cannabis operation in Hull that I've just been told by a dude in Cincinnati. How mad is that?
To be fair, I sent you that that video a couple of weeks ago, and you only just realised the other day that it was in Hull.
Yeah, I messaged you, and I was like, "Oh, that was in Hull. I saw on the news."
So right now on screen, I've got Hangman punching Swerve.
That is exactly what I have. Punching. I'll let you know when he stops, and he stops there.
Okay,
Hi,
so I'm a little bit behind,
Wizard.
sorry, ahead of you. So I'm just going to pause for a couple of seconds.
Sweet. Her landlord named Jeremy Southgate. Oh my God. The Give Me a Hull Yeah podcast has turned into all these investigative journalists who are now investigating my goddamn city for cannabis operations. Seeing how they can tie it to me.
Finding good quality these days isn't as easy as it used to be.
Apparently not.
It's not.
Her landlord named Jeremy Southgate.
Go on, lads. You can do it. There you go. See, I believe in you, Swerve. You can get that octopus. It's wrong though, because he's got the arm around. He's got his leg around the arm and not around the leg.
Is that why he's struggling? Do you think?
Yeah, because he's got his right leg was too far high. You need the right leg to be in between the leg and hooking with your toe around the other person's ankle. That helps balance you, and it also puts you in like this kind of a position. And the more straight you can keep your body, the more the weight is distributed. So that means that it's you're not as heavy.
Okay. That makes sense.
About wrestling, entirely physics.
Well, yeah, it's true, man. Tony Khan's announcement was supposed to be for the March 13th Dynamite for Boston, but Facebook spoiled it. Yeah, the Garden spoiled it by the sound of it, from what I'd heard.
Well, we assume that's the announcement. We can always hope that, that actually wasn't the announcement, because we don't need another announcement of, we have another show. There's like, unless, and although we can say, yes, well, it's in her hometown, it's clearly that's what it is. It's, without spelling it out, it still just feels like a crappy announcement.
Are they going to call it the Last Dance? Or do we not reference the CM Punk show whatsoever?
I don't know. Bank on it? I don't know.
Bank on it. Yeah. Money's in that show.
Right.
I'm the real Brian Keith. Welcome, the real Brian Keith, Bounty Keith. Hey, Sass, if Jericho goes over to Takeshita in both Japan and AEW, oh boy, says Misfit. I agree, man. Takeshita should not be.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening, actually. Well, I don't know. It depends, and that's one of the things, Dan. We don't really know, and that's what's exciting.
We can't say with the certainty that we can normally say. We can normally say with pretty much 100% certainty that we would literally, bank a monthly income on it, like what the results are. And I can't even remember the last time we were wrong. No,
not really, man. Not really. Sassy's dinner with Swedish meatballs with mixed veg. Oh, delicious. It's supposed to tease me.
Isn't it?
Say again, man.
That's a euphemism, isn't it? Swedish meatballs.
Could be.
Oh,
Ask Trevor.
sir.
Oh, such you. It's about to tease Mercedes' debut they're doing with the CM Punk with the first dance. Indeed, you guys are awesome. Reginald, you're awesome for joining us, man. Sorry we're not talking about the show. This match has been excellent so far, as expected.
Yeah, it's what's interesting is it's definitely been Hangman more aggressive than Swerve. We've seen Swerve do more wrestling.
Yeah.
Whereas with Hangman, we're seeing him act more aggressive in this character and some of the things he's doing, along with his Magnum PI-esque moustache there. Maybe not in colour, but certainly in form.
And speaking of his moustache, it's attacking Swerve right now. The moustache is all over Swerve Strickland in the corner turnbuckle. Hi, Reginald. Welcome. I follow the BBC mainly because I prefer their coverage on the States. And lo and behold, Hull pops up. Well, that's great, man. I love the fact that Jeff had no idea where Hull was in the world. And because of this little podcast.
People, to be fair, I don't think anyone down south has an idea where freaking Hull is neither.
I don't think they do, man. I don't think they do.
And to be fair, I'm not entirely convinced that anyone up north has idea where anywhere down south is outside of London.
No, we don't. Absolutely don't. When you told me where you lived, I was like,
Yeah, where is that? Yeah.
It's okay, Ant. The Rock will steal that operation too. Absolutely. The Rock could come in and take the tag belts tonight. Who knows? He could... Tech Jericho's win over Takeshita. Who knows? Lol, misfit.
What do you think? We're watching this in mind, but just whilst they're in this part of the match,
Kick out.
Fake set up there with the idea of the
buckshot,
but it's probably going to turn into the moonsault. Usually does when he's in this position.
Oh,
but he's holding that position for a long time.
Yeah, I enjoy that though. What I enjoy is the way that he uses that as a storytelling device in the ring a lot. I think he's got really good at that, and it's improved over time.
He's very methodical. He's being slower, a lot more deliberate paced. He's taking longer normally.
Yeah,
and that'll be the reason why, because he was going to miss it.
Oh, misses the moonsault.
I hate that.
Swerve going through.
He did
stay there a long time. Yeah.
The difference is like so many people, they'll do moves on the outside where they take an impact, but they don't sell them taking an impact because they're like, yeah, but I did the move. And it's just like, you still landed on your back, you div.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Did his little roll into the face plant.
Yeah.
Boom, sells his back. He did it out of desperation because it was been all Hangman in control.
Telling great stories, man, and that's what I'm enjoying about this, man. It's not like the last match was a real gimmick match. A lot of gimmicks were brought out. It had the wrestling world talking. Maybe it was too violent. Maybe it wasn't. Whatever. Tonight they are not going back to that. They are wrestling, and that's great to see. And
out of interest, what was your favorite of the Texas Death matches? The Moxley or the Swerve?
The Swerve's more in my memory. I think I preferred the Moxie one ever so slightly, but that's partly because I didn't like the Brian Cage interference. So there was a couple of little bits in that second one that I had issue with. The cinder block was another part.
The cinder block was the big one for me.
Yeah, but in terms of but I thought they were both great in their own right, you know. And actually, I think that the second one was maybe more exciting because there was using some great storytelling devices to bring back to that match as well, which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh, he's so smooth. I mean, the pair of them. I mean, that is the pair of them working together there. But it's
goddamn beautiful. But it doesn't feel like they're working together, Dan.
No, exactly. That's the brilliance of them.
So guys, for those of you that don't know, because there's a lot of people in tonight more than normal, probably because of a lot of videos I've just done.
Don't tell them that.
What?
There's, comparatively.
Oh yeah, normally we have 3 people in, and today we have 6. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve. He's got an incredible wrestling promotion. that focuses on only having women's wrestling. It is the best women's wrestling only show in probably the world, I'd say, but certainly in the UK. And Dan has worked with a lot of talents, also worked in other promotions as well. But certainly with the women, worked with many of the big names and stars that you'll know have all passed through Pro Wrestling Eve, especially like Jamie Hayter. Say again, man?
And that you'll see tonight as well.
Absolutely. Toni Storm, alumni of Pro Wrestling Eve. A really great promotion. Please go subscribe to them.
Oh, that was quite romantic. Thank you, by the way, for putting over. Sorry, they got very
kiss on the forehead.
Fighting.
Yeah, the kiss on the forehead.
Yeah.
The kiss to sleep. Wait, I could have sworn Sarah said on Collision he didn't want anyone at ringside for his match with Hangman. Well,
wow, that was
cool. Oh, careful. Wow.
Yeah.
Saved himself.
I'm a bit ahead of you still.
I think so, based on our reaction.
Yeah.
This is a great opening match for the show. 100%, man. Incredible action. Arm drag up. Sit down powerbomb.
Also, notice the difference in attendance when you have big matches announced for a show more than a couple of days in advance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they don't have like dark matches with name talent versus name talent announced just for the town, just to help boost those ticket sales.
100%, man.
But tonight's like the highest ticket sales for AEW in quite a few weeks.
Yeah,
I think they're at like 5,000.
Mate, it's a great count, and it sounds it as well. You can hear it in the audience.
Well, it's lit up for a start.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I'm actually
also
going to check what the ticket sales are for tonight.
Room service, blueberry cheesecake for dessert. Oh, lovely. Oh, Sassy's on holiday, enjoying room service. Nice.
So Hangman looking at booking a holiday myself. Yeah, so they were set up for 5,338.
Right, cool. And did they sell out?
So I don't know if they. I mean, they wouldn't have sold the building out because that building is far more than 5,000.
Yeah.
But
it's his own buckshot lariat,
and it's
his own. Wow!
The crowd are going insane.
Yeah, because it did look great. It looked like the finish. And double stomp. This is it. This is it.
This ain't it. But that is a great.
No, you don't kick out. You don't kick out of that, Dan.
Look at that. Everything about that was beautiful.
Oh,
and that's actually, do you know what? Sometimes that double stomp, I feel like, doesn't always look good because you can see him split the leg at the last second. Mm-hmm. But then it looked great. He definitely had the tail foot come into contact with him. It looked really, really tight. Liked it a lot.
Dan, Swerve can't win. He's just done his finisher and Adam Page's finisher. He can't win this.
Well, I mean, it was a great sequence. It was a great sequence. Like, what we got to ask ourselves, like, is how many weeks are there until the next AEW pay-per-view?
It's a month away. It's like the 3rd of March, something like that, I believe.
Right. Okay. So we have a lot of time. We have a lot of storytelling time. Do they really give us the pay-per-view championship match announcement tonight? Or do we just, is this just another chapter to get us closer to the pay-per-view? Telling this story about and wondering,
DDT on the barricade. Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable.
Wow. What balance. Hangman is to develop a move called the Mustache Ride. Yeehaw. Okay, when you say New York, everyone thinks it's New York City, and that's all, folks. Yeah, absolutely. It's where Frank Sinatra is from, right? Hangman Bandido and Brian Keith should be in a faction called the Posse. Yeah, speaking of Brian Keith, there's another guy that Dan's worked with a couple of times. So if he was the real Brian Keith, you could tell me a story about Brian Keith.
I've never worked with Brian Keith.
I thought you did.
No, he's a new young lad.
I'm thinking of Keith Lee. Sorry, love.
I was going to say Keith Lee.
Keith
Lee.
Yeah,
I know Keith well.
Yeah. I heard AEW paid a lot of money for the TD Garden. It's going to be out all the time.
I would imagine they did.
Oh, mate, Hangman Bandito and Brian Keith, the insane cowboy posse.
Let's bring Keith onto the stream. There we go.
There we go. ICP. That's better. Hello, there's Keith Lee over at Platform 9 3/4 where Dan was with him last in Hull. Is Keith a big Harry Potter fan, Dan?
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. Cool. Looking to see the sights.
That's like that was one of the things. It's like whenever I got the talent over and I'm just like, where do you want to go? He wanted to go to Platform 9 3/4.
And they were like, oh, yes, please.
Yeah, right. And I was just
Brilliant.
like, oh, good. I've only taken nearly every other wrestler there. The good news is I know the way.
How long did it take to get the wire in his scarf in that photo?
The wire in his scarf, bless you. They just whip it. And then because I'm the one taking the photo, I'm just brilliant at timing it, my friend.
Nice, dude.
I know.
I
missed a calling as a professional photographer, clearly. And I think Hangman Adam Page missed a calling as a dinner table setter-upper.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it. I was laughing about Keith Lee. Have you got a compilation of all the wrestlers you've took to the Platform 9 3/4?
No.
This is what needs to happen, Dan.
If I had to watch, what fresh hell would that be for me to actually just watch that? I kind of forget half the time that I've been there.
Great. I like the box match. Love the ending that he tapped out. Yes, I thought it was really good. Yeah, and they recalled it as well in the other match, which was.
You know, the great thing is this is proof though, like just because you've done a big brawl and whatnot like that you have to keep topping it up with violence every time, because it wouldn't make sense. This match isn't based on a personal rivalry. It's based on it being a number one contenders match. And therefore it doesn't make sense to add a whole bunch of gimmicks and steps and have them go crazy. They still have to wrestle and follow within the certain amount of rules, which does bring into question that table being there suddenly.
And the big barricade spot and stuff like that. But
the barricades, that's kind of because, and this is the way you get away with it in wrestling, you're doing the moves. Those things just happen to be there. You didn't set the barricade up. It's just there. You were on there. So you can make an excuse. You in the 80s or 70s, that would have been a DQ. You're absolutely not wrong, but we've kind of we've adjusted the levels of logic as time has gone on.
The levels of violence, Dan. The levels of violence.
But this is a wrestling match. Has been tremendous.
Absolutely, man. Incredible talents, both showing how good they are. He did as good as Logan Paul, lol, says Todd, which refers to Swerve's buckshot. He does do a good buckshot. What a move, says Sassy. 3 weeks left until Revolution. Keith Lee is just into nerdy things, says Misfit. Page now has his third best buckshot lariat in professional wrestling.
I do like that backbreaker. Again, completely unique to him.
Well, Swerve did break into Hangman's house, so it is kind of is personal. Yeah, I think it's a match with a gimmick of. I think what Dan's getting at is this isn't about their rivalry. This is about the gimmick of the belt. You know?
Yeah, there is a backdrop of a personal rivalry.
Yeah.
There is a backdrop there, but because this match hasn't come about from that, this has come about from their placement in the title picture,
in the division,
then it doesn't have the additional stipulations attached to it. I do always hate that spot. I always worry about the knee.
And the knee is hanging over the top rope as Swerve is going up to the top, standing on the ropes, ready
double stomp to the outside.
Is he going to do a double stomp to the outside? Ouch! Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, no!
Oh, he fell onto the table. He fell onto the table and the table collapsed. And now what does he do here? What does he do here? Is he getting the spare out?
He's.
Is there a spare?
Yeah.
What happened? Did the legs just buckle completely?
I mean, I don't know if he. Usually on those tables, there's an extra little bit that you just slide down.
Yeah,
I don't know if those ones have it, but.
Oh, dude, no,
there
it's buckled.
Maybe he hadn't got that part on when turning it
No,
over.
it's not. It's not that, Dan, because they normally fall with gravity. But do you see how the legs on the outside of the table? It's actually just come apart from the.
Oh shit! Yeah, you
base.
can see it's just sticking out. So yeah, it's just literally it. Yeah, faulty table. I want to go back to Staples, get the money back.
Mark, lovely to see you, man. Thanks for joining us, my dude.
Come from?
Staples.
Yeah.
Where do you get your tables from, Dan, for Pro Wrestling
Amazon.
Eve? Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Cheap tables, easy to break.
They're not cheap. They're 110 quid. I wish they were cheap.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 110 quid delivered, yeah.
Jesus.
Those, for Americans, £110, probably about $140. $130, $140. For a spot on an independent show.
Mad. Hi, Matt. Welcome. The table was no selling. I am the table.
Oh, God, yeah. You know Matthew's got that one coming up.
No, he's got it. Bookshot!
Oh, that was beautiful.
Ish. Going for a proper bookshot. Here we go. Half hour on this match so far. And he hits it. He's hit the bookshot. No, he's going to win. No, he's going to win. He's got the bloody rope. He's got the bloody rope.
You seriously?
What?
You
do me. It's
bow down to your internetness.
Oh, sorry. Am I ahead of you?
No. You're just so goddamn. I'm glad. You're just so goddamn excited, and I love it. I love it.
Oh, mate, this is what I love, man. This is what I love, because I don't know how it's gonna go. It can end at any point. It looks like they might be going for a time limit draw, though, Dan.
Yeah, they've made one thing that I haven't liked, and we've spoken about it before. It's something I do in Eve. I have the clocks on the screen, and the dead eye look great as well. Everything they've done that sometimes doesn't look so good. Everything they've done has looked great tonight. Like everything's that little bit tighter, crisper, which is what you want, because when you got, even though this isn't part of, because they have the backdrop of the personal rivalry, you need to believe everything they do.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise it just takes away from every little bit. But they have made everything look good to me. Absolutely everything.
Dan, how great a counter
powering him up? Is that what this is?
Prince Nana. Prince Nana is powering up Swerve.
It's like he's spam pressing the power up button, putting the extra quarters in the arcade to get that extra life.
It's great. I love it. And it's opposed to what Swerve is, but it works so well. He hits Prince Nana. That's going to cost Adam Page. Where does New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom get the tables from, lol? Smaller tables.
Different. They're very different tables.
Hi, Deonna. Deonna, Cincy into house. Yeah, what a match to kick off the show with Deonna. It has been insanely good so far. Thank you for joining us, love. Another double foot stomp. Oh, and it looks good again.
Grabs
but he's
hurt his ankle.
He's hurt his ankle. Selling the ankle. Once again, Dan, the idea
that to go out, so I've got to wait a second, doggy.
What?
I don't want to leave this match.
What's up?
My dog wants to go out, but
oh no! Oh, and he plays on the ankle. He attacks the ankle.
All right, take me off the 2 ticks. I'm just going to run. I'll be right back with.
Dan's gone. It's only February and we're getting bangers. Mate, it seems like the start of each year we're getting some incredible matches. This has been phenomenal. Love, again, what Dan was saying, man. You don't always have to be the one delivering the move to have it hurt, you know? Just got back from a concert in Bradford. Jake, welcome back, bro. What did you go and see, my dude? Let us know. Stepper Benzaguri sending him into the turnbuckle, lifting him up. Is he going to deliver the dead eye into the table? Yes, he is. And that table was not as easy to break. A little bit of a bounce on the way back up. Checking on Hangman Adam Page. Holy chip chance from the crowd, and indeed it was. Checking that he's okay. Hiya, Ginger. Jake, how are you doing? Says Sassy. Swerve going up to the top. Jake, you need to rewatch this from the beginning, mate. It's been banging. Another double foot stomp and misses, and again selling the ankle. Hangman Adam Page is rolled under that second rope. He looks like he's getting in position once again. Holy chip chance from the crowd. The tables are really no selling tonight. They absolutely are. Misses the buckshot. Falcon driver. But he's getting his ankle. 1, 2. And the ring bell. And the ring bell. And the ring bell hits. Jeez Louise. What a great match. The time limit has expired. This is a pay-per-view match. Thanks, Tony Khan. Amazing. Amazing. And here's the thing, right? They don't overdo time limit draws. It's only in very certain situations. And this is one that absolutely deserved it. Swerve looking angry. Hangman didn't get his win back. Watch this, how Swerve talks after a match, right? There's not many wrestlers that can do it as well as Swerve. That was a 3 count. I agree. I didn't go through all this for it to end like this. Hangman, I'm not letting you get away with this. You know how it goes. Five more minutes, says Swerve. 5 more minutes, says Swerve. I called it time limit draw. Love the finish. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm cool with it. We called it. It's cool. Hangman Adam Page is laughing. Hangman Adam Page is going to say no here. You watch. Everyone always says yes in this situation. You had to beat me to become the number 1 contender. And Swerve, you didn't do it, says Hangman Adam Page. What? For you, it is over. And Hangman Adam Page walks away. He walks away. He won't do the 5 minutes. Oh, Shivani's on. Oh, Shivani. Shivani saves the day. Shivani saves the day. And bring it back down onto the stream. Hi, love.
I've been watching Eve. I literally did this storyline.
Tony Khan said this is not done. We now have 2 number 1 contenders. I'm down with it, Dan.
So this is Hangman going heel.
Oh, this is great. Hangman's face is great. Swerve laughing. You didn't beat me.
I think Tony Khan's been watching his Eve.
I think he has done.
Taken some inspiration from my booking.
Wow. Love it. Love it, Dan. Very happy. It was great. Yeah. Love the finish. I went to see the Testament and Land Fastest, the Treatment, not Testament, was meant to see Buck Cherry, but just got ill, so I had to cancel. Mate, I love Buck Cherry, but still done the gig for free without Buck Cherry. Nice, man.
Buck Cherry. Oh, yeah. Whoa, Buck Cherry. Bam, bam. Whoa, Buck Cherry. That's them, isn't it?
Not on this stream. Hey, Sassy. You know, I used to have dance moves in the nightclub to Buck Cherry. Do you know Crazy Bitch, a song? I used to do this in the nightclub and everything. It's great. I'll show you one day. Hey, Sassy, not too bad. You. Swerve Strickland deserves to be AEW champion. Reginald, I think so. I think so for sure. Let's just tell the right story to get to it, man. Let's just tell the right story. And to me, this is the right story. This feels like a good main event, man.
While we're at adverts, I'm going to watch the matches that I missed.
On AEW. Yeah, yes. Oh, right. You're watching AEW. What, the dark matches? Yeah. What was the filming?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. So, Bobby Cruz is just doing a ring announce. There's a girl in pink, and this is at the moment. I don't know what her name is. They're going to do her introduction when they do the next person. So it's already in the ring.
We're getting a triple threat, says Miss Phil. There it is. Triple threat, says Deonna. I'm down with it, man. I mean, if you can tell the right story to get to a triple threat, and I think this is the right story.
Oh, who's she?
Love Swerve's facial expression. Me too. I feel that was a very face turn from Swerve as well. So Swerve Strickland deserves better, says Reginald. Well, hopefully
Sorry, so the opening match was Susie. I don't recognize her at all, but she's got a big top hat and wears a mask. I don't know if she's from CM. I have no idea. I do not recognize her at all.
She's
wearing a purple and yellow, purple mask with like a... Her opponent is Whitney Brooks.
There we go. Is it Ring of Honor or
yeah, this is Ring of Honor.
There we go, Ring of Honor. So you can catch that on Ring of Honor, guys. Deonna, the time ran out before the 3 count. It certainly nearly did. It was a great show, even without Buck Cherry. Hopefully they come back to the UK soon so I can finally see him. I love Buck Cherry, man. I love Buck Cherry. And I don't know what to do to get next to you. I know, but come on, it was 3. I smell a double turn. Mate, there's lots of story to go. There's our World Championship match. It's Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland. I love how often the wizard can multitask. Swerve is incredible. Can't believe WWE let go of him. Well, they weren't using him in this capacity, man, and he found himself as well as a performer, I'd say, as well. So, yeah.
It's Whitney Brooks. I tell you what, the crowd are really behind her. So she's obviously got a big local following.
Yeah. Samoa Joe, getting the opinions from him now.
Oh, backstage. We're back. The advert's finished, is it? Right, I'll catch up. It
certainly has. None of the men deserve to be in a ring with me because it was a draw, says Samoa Joe. Woohoo! Revolution is going to cement Joe's reign straight away, innit? Samoa Joe is so good, Dan.
Oh, he's great. And that's why I hope they don't take the belt off him just yet. I hope he's not just a transitional champ, because this is a guy that is great as champion.
He certainly is. He certainly is. The Virtuosa is coming out. It sounds like we are getting our women's match for the evening. And it is a big one. It is the timeless Toni Storm going up against Red Velvet. I say it's a big one. They could have come up with a
gonna...
better competitor.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm just going to try to search who this person was. Like, Susie.
Yeah, no worries, man. There we go. Timeless Toni Storm going up against Red Velvet. I'm going to put a poll in chat so that you can absolutely come and vote on who you think is going to win. Who wins? Timeless Toni Storm or Red Velvet? I think that this one's 100% who's winning this one, dude. Women's World Champion. It is Timeless Toni Storm. There we go. Also, for those of you that missed the stream earlier on, we're not talking about Vince McMahon in the stream. However, tomorrow I am joining Beefy Has Anxiety podcast to talk more about Vince McMahon. I've pinned that to the comments, so please do check it out if you want to talk more about that horrible situation. Renee Paquette looks gorgeous. She always looks incredible. And speaking of looking incredible, I hate that pinny, Dan.
Sorry.
I hate that pinny.
What pinny?
Red Velvet's.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah. And people have said fans wouldn't boo Hangman May. I think they've tested the waters right now.
Oh, it's not that was a turn. Like, because it's something that I've done in Eve before. Fans do not like a whingy little bitch.
No.
Fans do not like someone who doesn't want to fight. The fact that Hangman turned down the 5 more minutes, I did the same thing. It worked a treat for me. It will always work. The fact that he then complained and then
was that Nina Samuels and Sapphire?
Sorry?
Who did you do that with?
So the first time I did it, I actually did it with Cheerleader Melissa and Wesner. But right, I did it recently on Eve a few months ago with Emerson Jane and Millie McKenzie.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. I couldn't remember.
I don't even think that's the first time I've done it either. I'm pretty sure I've done it before.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. I've done it before with Emerson Jane and Rio as well. Like, it was a thing that I was doing with Emerson Jane.
Right. Careful, man. Red Velvet, like, it looked a bit awkward with the arm drag at one point there. And that ain't
okay, let me know when you see Toni do a headlock takeover.
Headlock in, locked now. And she's got hold of it. And there's the takeover. Reginald, not as gorgeous as me, though. The treatment were up there with one of the favorite bands I've seen. I love the Undertones, too. The Undertones. Oh, cool. Yeah, everyone likes the Undertones.
I don't know if you saw, I actually commented on Becky's status earlier about that band that you're going to see. Just
Sleep
by
Token.
coincidence, the girl at the coffee shop literally had written that down on a piece of paper. I was at the coffee shop working, doing the bookings for the next shows, actually. And she was just like, oh, I've got a band that you're going to want to listen to, and just wrote that band's name. I'm trying to remember, was it
Sleep Token?
Or...
Sleep Token.
Sleep Token, that's it.
I said to our lass about, great Luthez press from Toni Storm.
That was aggressive. How to make a Luthez press look like a move that's aggressive. Toni just showed you how.
Yeah. Oh, sit down. She's not messing about with Red Velvet.
Very aggressive. I like it.
I like it too. Oh, poor Red Velvet. I'm not used to this. Oh, going to picture. So Sleep Token, about 6 months ago, I said to our lass, you need to listen to this band called Sleep Token. I think you're really going to like it. And she didn't. And I kept pushing her. And she's fallen in love with them. And she is falling in love with... She's now part of Telegram groups that talk about them and all this sort of stuff. They're very interesting. They're doing some really interesting stuff in music.
Red Velvet's doing some interesting stuff to Toni Storm with these double chops right now. Did you like my segue?
Yeah, I did like your segue. Get me back into the match, baby. Suplex there. And again, Toni's just delivering everything so viciously tonight, man.
Toni is... You you hit the nail right on the head there. Toni is delivering everything viciously with aggression, with intent.
Yeah.
Everything behind it, which makes sense. The story, of course, with regards to Deonna Purrazzo, their friendship, their history. You know, like I like it. And Toni as a villain, if there's one thing that some people have kind of criticized the character about, it's the idea that it's just a comedy character. And I think we're seeing with Toni, Toni going, hey. Let's not judge this character when I'm only a couple of months into it still. This character is still in its infancy compared to what this can do, compared to the legs that this could have. And she's
let me
showing
tell you
it
something
right
else,
now.
dude. Let me tell you something else, man. She's taken this match with Red Velvet, which could have been a nothing match on a massive card, and she is doing what Toni Storm does best, making the most of that time that she is on screen. And what she is doing right now is getting over that Toni Storm isn't just a funny gimmick and someone to laugh at. She's a vicious wrestler that's going to kick the crap out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. It's incredible. Because it's a match against Red Velvet. Now
as well, you're seeing Toni, like she's got like that sit down abdominal stretch, but then there's the little details of pulling back on the leg, pointing the elbow in. By the way, in case anyone wondered, how do you make this move like not hurt? There isn't a way.
No,
it's uncomfortable, and that's it because you are literally just being stretched out. Like it's just a very uncomfortable move. Okay, like she's got a little bit less pressure, so now it's not so bad. But like when she first did it and she was grabbing and she was moving that leg around, it's just a very uncomfortable move.
Gotta take it. That's true. Mox is a blessed man. I love how Hangman doesn't care he's getting a title match. He's mad at Swerve is getting one. Yes, it's really good stuff. Hangman and his early Reza Ramona mustachia. Nice, yeah. Red Velvet has great potential. If she carries on wrestling in matches like this, she'll learn a lot. I tell you now, and this is a big moment for Red Velvet if she can. And she's selling well. There was a really weird moment on one of the arm drags earlier on, but she's doing a good job. Gary, welcome to the stream, my dude. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. It's his first time on here, Dan.
Welcome, Gary.
Welcome,
Gary McRae.
Man. Yeah. This is Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve, the booker of Pro Wrestling Eve. Make sure you go and subscribe to them as well. Someone who's worked with Toni Storm a lot in the past. Red Velvet screaming out as we're getting the comeback from Red Velvet. Beautiful. Oh, really nice snap on the head, man, for a bulldog. And this is what I mean, man. This is Toni Storm sharpening Red Velvet. She's worked snug with her in this match. And now Red Velvet is doing it with her. And when you put together that technical confidence as well as the snugness, that's when we get great wrestling.
Yeah. No, I never a big fan of people like showing upset of their opponent kicking out of a move they've never won a match with, personally. One of my issues with a lot of modern day wrestling is they're so desperate to. Oh, the detail!
Yeah, man.
Grip.
God damn, that move's always looked good.
Beautiful. Oh,
DDT.
Just a DDT, but it looks like so much more.
Thanks. Women's Wrestling AEW is getting better, says Sassy. He's giving him some time, man. He's got to. Toni Storm's becoming one of his biggest stars.
Well, the second
Jeff
match
says
on the pre-show prior to Dynamite was Queen Aminata in an enhancement match. I didn't get a chance to see who it was against. I'll see during the next commercial break. But, Ring of Honor is too, from a roll-up there. There is a lot more time being put into the women's division than Ring of Honor.
Right, okay, cool. Misses the insecurity. Wrenching and looking over at Deonna Purrazzo. Jeff says, I like that Toni's laying it in. Got to make the champ look strong going into a title match. And she absolutely is.
Wow.
Ankle lock submission, something we haven't seen from Toni Storm in this ring incarnation, but showing that she can deliver the technical prowess that Deonna Purrazzo can. Saying that she'll rip it off if need be. And now we're getting the face-to-face. Deonna's entered the ring.
I don't know
what it was, but I liked it. That's right, Toni. Toni Storm was sniffing Deonna Purrazzo's ears. It was unexpected.
That was unexpected. I don't know what. Like, does anyone? Are we missing something there? Can anyone?
I don't know.
Sit on that. What that was?
She looked confident doing it. God, she's so good. Every moment she's on that screen, she is making the time brilliant.
Oh,
even
phenomenal.
Walking off, Dan. Even walking off is great. Orange Cassidy's backstage with Trent, who's grown a beard. Heel turn coming. Are we finally getting the Mercedes announcement tonight, says Gary? I don't think so. I think we're getting that we're playing Boston, which will in turn lead to a Mercedes announcement. The character is so over the top, but totally interesting at the same time. Yes, and she's just added multiple layers in one match on Dynamite on the biggest card that they've ever put together. Toni is awesome. She's really created a gimmick for herself, and it feels fresh. I agree. This is wrestling, not about the next big spot. 100%, man. This absolutely is. Toni always nails the early onset CTE. Mate, I love that hip attack. She developed that a lot when she was wrestling in Pro Wrestling Eve, didn't she, Dan? Because it's always looks amazing.
It's one of her primary moves, has been for a number of years, you know, and I think she does it better than anyone. Like, literally.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. One of the things I love about Gunther is his finisher is just whatever move he feels like using that night. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I thought Gunther feels dominant. Thank you. I wasn't expecting a shout out. Much appreciated. Big love to all the wrestling family, mate. That's what we are here. We hang out every Wednesday. We also do Raw live streams and SmackDown live streams. I've been doing a lot of analysis on Vince McMahon's case at the minute. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Come and hang out for some more, my dude. And anyone that's like joining us, there's 27 people in. Hit that like button. It really helps us out, my dudes. And say hello, man. We'll absolutely give you a shout out. Dan, have you ever heard of the Insiders Pro Wrestling channel? They mostly do TNA wrestling watch-alongs.
I haven't, no. But it's good to know that there are more people covering TNA today. It's been a very interesting news day for TNA.
It certainly has.
A lot of sad people. A lot of sad people. And, yeah, surprising. Very surprising.
Insiders Pro Wrestling Mark, Dom from the channel, has been on a lot. He did a lot of the Bray Wyatt talks on Insiders Pro Wrestling, and Mark is obviously a part of that community and joined us for this one. So I appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for coming in, Mark.
Oh, so I think this Queen Aminata match that's on earlier in the show that I've just gone back to is part. Okay, it's in the tournament for the ROH Women's Television Championship.
Okay, cool. There we go. Spoilers for Ring of Honor. He won't tell you the results, but he'll tell you what matches you're going to get. So that's what you get on the Give Me a podcast. I just realized Toni is wearing tights. Lol, she certainly is. Todd says, okay, let them kiss. Todd, you are a dirty man. Gary, you are part of the family. You certainly are, man. Did you hear Toby Keith passed the other day? I was so disappointed. So many funny drunk memories while listening to I Should Have Been a Cowboy. Toby Keith.
Toby Keith was a country music star who also spent a little bit of time in TNA during the Jeff Jarrett era. And actually had a match. I can't remember. I believe it was a tag team match as well. But Toby Keith was a massive star of the country music scene in the US. You have to forgive us here in the UK. Country music isn't popular at all. It doesn't, no one really knows it. Every now and then, maybe one star will break out. But for the most part, it's not a scene that exists here in the UK. And I'd be lying if I said if it wasn't for the fact of his stint in TNA 20-odd years ago, I most likely would not know him either. Toby Keith passing away, I think it was yesterday. Maybe
maybe it
was Monday, but yeah, within the last couple of days, Toby Keith passing away.
Oh yeah, he was young, wasn't he?
Someone, again,
Like,
from the music scene that's has
I
a
think I
history in
saw
the
a picture.
wrestling business.
Yeah, there we go, man.
That was from the TNA Nashville days, where there would
He
be
was-
the
he was
occasional
young,
crossover
right?
from country music to TNA, the Asylum years.
He was only like 63. Is that right?
Yeah, he wasn't
old. I think I've read some. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of research into country recently for reasons of my job. In Toni's promo on Collision, she said she would smell Deonna. Jeff, thank you, man. There we go. Toni said she was going to smell Deonna, and she certainly did.
Right. Okay, so there's our frame of reference.
Oh, this is what's great about doing this, man. You got people who are engaged with the product, who give us like all these hints to stuff we can't always watch. I love it, man. Thank you. We have Blackpool Combat Club going up against CMLL. Who have you got to win here, Dan?
I don't know, because politically, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, the entire pre-show prior to this was all women's matches.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
certainly pushing that tournament.
Yeah.
Certainly pushing that women's tournament, Dan. Who wins?
Rachel Ellering in the up against legit Layla Hirsch as well. I won't spoil any results, but I'm going to catch up with where you guys are in the show right now, because you're back from.
There we go. So we got the Blackpool Combat Club coming out right now, and they are going up against CML. Obviously, they attacked Jon Moxley last week after his match with Jeff Hardy.
I missed Collision, and I'm really gutted, because I wanted to go back because I really wanted to watch Bryan Danielson, and I can't pronounce the other guy's name. Henshihiro or something. Oh my goodness. I need to go onto Google, and I need to write his name down. I need to get it to say it for me so I can learn it. But I did watch Rampage last week. And
cool.
The CMLL team. Hey, look.
Yeah.
If you like Lucha, you're going to like the guys. Believe it or not, it's Lucha guys working a little bit more of the American style. And it's interesting seeing them brought in this way, and I like the way they've been brought in, because
I do.
The way they've been brought in
enjoyed it last week.
One character, so you don't need to learn a load about all these individual characters, because you've got one story explaining these characters.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Jericho. I'm going to butcher all these names, guys. Gary, a massive thank you for the super chat, man. That means so much. Obviously, on the channel, we've got to pay for StreamYards and stuff like that. That goes towards that. So I just want to say thank you so much for making that possible, Gary. Cheers, my dude. Thank you so much, says Sassy. I think I've heard of the insiders. I didn't like the Anthem lie to TNA talent saying D'Amore stepped down, says Misfit. That's some of the stuff that's come out from the TNA today. Reginald doesn't watch Impact anymore. Toby Keith is a massive wrestling fan, as Dan did point out. He rejected playing at the White House to perform at TNA's first show. Really? He's got a song called the Red Solo Cup. It's the drinking song, says Deonna. Okay. I don't know what the drinking song is. Yeah, 1062, 1063. I think I had seen it. Moxley's got his back turned to these wrestlers. Deanna, yes, that's such a good song. Mox Buddy, I love Toby Keith. R.I.P. Andrade Touch Feely. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. I appreciate you being here, and R.I.P. to Toby Keith. Thanks for joining in the conversation, my dude. Sassy is so happy. It's Mox time. Hi, Andrew. Welcome. I'm telling you, the moment AEW and CML entered a partnership, Brian was like, yes. Damn, Claudio. What am I? Hechicero, is it? Thank you, Dan.
Yes, Hechicero.
Rock and roll. So we are getting Hechicero and Jon Moxley in the ring right now. I wish I had them all there.
There's often a big mistake made when it comes to Lucha Libre. And a lot of people made the mistake of thinking that Lucha Libre is just high-flying. And we can understand that. That has been the style that, for the most part, has moved from Mexico into the Western wrestling world. However, as someone that has watched Lucha Libre since the early mid-90s, I can tell you, you will see some of the craziest and most unique submission holds in Lucha Libre. And you just saw a little bit of one right there with Echihiro. I'm mispronouncing it already. Echicero, sorry, and Bryan Danielson. So, this will be, and you're going to see more and more. In fact, there's probably YouTube compilation videos, I would imagine, of the most, incredible and imaginative submissions coming from the world of Lucha Libre. So if your only knowledge of Lucha Libre is, high flying, you get ready to have those doors blown completely wide off. So because
Hechicero did that, Dan, at the start of the match, didn't he? He started on one knee. He said this is going to be grounded, and that is what he's showing us right now. That he can work technical with one of the greatest technical wrestlers there has ever been in Danielson. So, and look at how he's controlling Danielson right now. Danielson looks shocked. I really hope the CML guys win, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because it all depends on what the stories that are going on. But if we're supposed to establish them on a bigger level, I think sometimes it's good. I think one of the things that's like we don't really get non-finishes.
Love it. Love the fact that Cesaro comes in, Claudio comes in, and he's so sort of tall and strong, and this Lucha walks up to him, puts his face in his chest, and goes, "I am standing up to you right now." It's great. Yeah. It's dominant, man. Standing on his foot, and now Claudio is on the floor, jumping over. This is great.
Máscara Dorada, which is
Máscara Dorada. Thank you.
Yeah.
Claudio saying, "No, sorry, Andre, that's all good. And you should hear Red Solo Cup when drinking Kraken." Oh man, I think does the Lucha Libre high flying style come from the Mil Mascaras being in WWE and sort of one of the high flyers of Lucha?
You have to explain that. What explain the question again to me?
Mil Mascaras being in WWE in the early 90s. Is that where our perception of Lucha Libre being all high flying comes from?
No. It predates even that. There was. I mean, to be honest with you, Mil Mascaras wasn't in the WWF in the early 90s. He made one appearance, I believe, in a Rumble in '95. We're seeing Volador Jr. in there right now with John Moxley. But outside of that, he actually made more appearances. He's more from the territory era. Is Mil Mascaras.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, just one thing I also wanted to point out is I mentioned how this is Volador Jr., Hechicero, and Máscara Dorada. And some people might be confused thinking, but we've seen Máscara Dorada on screen before, and he doesn't look like that because Máscara Dorada was Grand Metalik. This is effectively Máscara Dorada 2.0. Okay, so much like the characters are owned by the companies, and sometimes the wrestlers may leave or go on to do something else or whatever it is, but somebody else will take on that moniker. In this case, the man that we all knew as Grand Metalik, who had previously been Máscara Dorada, he's not this is the other Máscara Dorada, the CMLL Máscara Dorada.
Right. Thank you, Dan. Dan, Blackpool Combat Club are getting demolished right here, and I'm here for it.
They needed to make them. And that's what they're doing. They needed to make them feel like a threat. I didn't look at what the viewership was. The thing is, their only viewership that they've done is on Rampage. I know they had the run-in last week, but that doesn't really count. This is their first time on Dynamite within this presentation of the CMLL wrestlers. Because other than that, it's like Rampage, and you can't judge a character's openness by the ratings on Rampage. No. And then Collision, which again, can't really judge it so much on that. It really comes to Dynamite. And so I'll be really interested to see what the breakdown is for this match. and how
Yeah,
it
man.
compares to, say, like a normal BCC match.
But it's been really good, and the crowd are into it as well, and you've got the stars in there, and Danielson especially is doing such a good job of selling the threat of CMLL.
I can't say enough things about just to be clear, the Volador Jr. who's in the ring right now, he is the member of the CMLL team that I am the most familiar with.
Okay.
He's been around for a number of years, one of the very best that CMLL absolutely have.
Wow.
And I've been really impressed with Hechicero. I've seen Mascara Dorada 2.0 a couple of times as well. He looks good. Like it to me, it's just like obviously we've got the former Sin Cara original, Mystico on the outside as well in the crowd, and I think that may have something to do with whatever the finish is. Is obviously there's more CMLL wrestlers on the outside. How big is this? I don't want to use the word invasion because that's a very over the top used word, but whatever the storyline is that we've got going on with CMLL and AEW or BCC, how deep does it go? How many more of these wrestlers are we going to get in? Because you've got to get the line right. I want to see new wrestlers and new styles, but I don't want to have 7 or 8 members of a faction if that's what we're gonna if it's gonna be presented in that same way either, because that's just too many to remember at one time. But if we're gonna focus on just a few, I'm here. I'm here and I'm all for it.
Absolutely, man. And if they carry on putting on performances like this, then I will be all for it. Let me get to some comments. Thank you, Dan. Brian sent all of his CML dream matches to Tony Khan. Well, it looks like the 7 men are here right now. I think this is Moxley's first ever match against CMLL talents. Interesting, man. Hi, Tyson Fury. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us. Hi, Tyson. Hi, you lovely ginger fella. Bro, Claudia, that felt like that. Sorry, felt that chop. He certainly did at the start of the match. Hey, Tyson, good to have you here. Brother Fluss Salisbury has joined us. Hello, my dude, a member of the channel. Thanks for a donation, I believe. Thank you so much. I'm glad that the crowd is into this. Me too, man, and I'm into this. Hi, Sassy. Hi, Anthony. Was at the bowling today, Mikhail? I hope you striked multiple times. Kind of like Sin Cara. Yes, kind of like Sin Cara. And the original Sin Cara is currently in the crowd as one of the CMLL wrestlers. Hi, Sassy. Mil Mascaras has appeared for the WWF from 78 to 1997. Right. Okay. Wow. That was a long time. Technically 78 to 87, but he had the one.
Oh, maybe it was the 97 Rumble then. Whatever the one in Texas was.
Yeah, it was the outside
where he
one.
Eliminated himself, which is classic Mil Mascaras, by doing a crossbody off the top rope to the floor.
Okay.
Mil Mascaras is famous for not wanting to lose matches and refusing to do jobs.
Oh, really? Right.
Oh,
right.
yes. It was a thing about Mexico that I can go into from my own experiences as well. And from my own tours with some of the bigger names in Mexico that I have done. I had a number of tours, and it just always blew my mind some of the stories that they would tell me about how some people would do business or refuse to do business.
Right.
And Mascara Dorada in there with... Oh, no! Never mind.
Running through. Up and over top. Oh, no.
Oh, my
and double arm directly. Saved it. Down behind Moxley.
Pause, so catch. Tell me when he does a spinning kick.
And heads as a takedown. And spinny kick. Corkscrew kick.
Claudio.
Oh, what a spin. Up and again, this time catching it in his head. What good stuff, man.
Head scissor change into the Hurricane Rana, the quickness of Mascara Dorada. And now we get the double suicide over the top.
Over the top, through the middle.
Head first plancher.
Here we go.
What is Dorada going to do? That is the question.
I know the fans are here for it, Dan. The fans are shouting out for it.
He's gonna spring to the top from that second row. No, shooting star.
Shooting star press off the second rope. What good stuff.
And Tyson wondered it was like Paul London style. Knees in, explode out.
Nice.
See Mystico cheering on Team CMLL. at ringside here as everyone is down. Crowd,
This is awesome.
Crowd are so
loving
into this.
Yeah. Great. Tyson Fury says, not going to lie, Ann, I'm just here to buy the channel and sell it for profit. You know the rule. Let's make a deal. Love the content, brother. And well, that's good because I had another business in Hull that closed down today. So thank you. That's news relevant. It wasn't my business, really. Hi, Salisbury. That swing is an amazing move. It certainly is. Yeah, I looked up his history from WWF. He's never lost a match unless it was a DQ. There we go. Backbreaker.
Spinning like a black hole slam, hammerlock backbreaker. 450.
Oh, 450 splash.
One.
BCC coming in saving it. Yeah, Mil Mascaras never lost a match unless it was a DQ in WWF, Dan.
As I said, famous for refusing to do jobs. Famous for even refusing to sell and take things.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to lose House of Black? Because I think they have been totally unutilized. Great question, Gary. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, that was such a beautiful
save.
Roll up into the code red.
It was, yeah.
All right, it's just constant. We're into effectively like a shotgun here. There's the Busaku knee.
Oh, but here we go.
Dorada. Yep. Echiseta off the top rope. Heart attack clothesline.
Oh, nice stuff. Claudio's met him, though, with the uppercuts.
Look at these two meaty boys challenging one another for these uppercut and chop trade-off here.
Oh, Dan, this has been the best Dynamite in ages, man.
And it's not like they can't do this every week.
No, this is next level Dynamite. This is great.
This is how Dynamite used to be. Oh, here we go into these variations.
Even better than that. Oh, rolling through.
Beautiful.
Kick out. So you're going to do go off the cloverleaf, gets him on top and rolls through. Great. Oh, throwing his body while locking up his legs. And there we go. He's got his knees. Danielson trying to get him to release, but he doesn't want to.
And now he's training. Now he's going on to something with Dan. Look how he rolls through. Look at this.
He's a big guy as well. Is he looking for a standing clover?
He's got the arm.
A stretch muffler. Oh, there we go, man. Moxley coming in for the save. Mate, this dude is a beast. Talk about Bane.
Oh, mate, he looked great.
A massive drop kick to Danielson. Double clothesline from Moxley. But here we go. Can he take on Bane? Irish whip. Oh
boy.
This is stiff, Dan. Oh! What was that?
I've never seen that before. It was like, I don't even know.
A head scissors and Rana.
Like he was trying to step up into the head scissors, but instead he just drops him down in a reverse old school Tommy Rogers style head scissors. It was no. So Mexico.
Ref bump. Why is he holding on to the ropes?
That's such a Mexican finish. That's even a Mexican style low blow.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. If you ever watch Lucha, the low blow, that style of low blow is so frequent and common because they protect the low blow.
Screw that ref. Here we go.
It's often a finish or a DQ.
And they're coming over the barricades, Dan. Do you think we're going to lose House of Black because I think they've been totally unutilized? I don't think they've been utilized as well, but I've not really seen them much on Collision. I don't think we'll lose them though, my friend. As Daddy Mad.
Yeah, so AEW. So the a number of members of the AEW roster have now run down to the ringside. And what kind of match are we building up to here with the CMLL and AEW wrestlers?
This is an invasion angle, big time.
What are we building?
I don't know.
Are we building up a stadium stampede style? Because there's a lot. Like, what are we building?
It's a long time away till potentially All In.
Mate, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know what we're building to here, because this is BCC, and then, you know, some of the Rampage crew. But I wish we had better context to whatever this story is. That is one thing. I do wish we had better context to what this story is. Like, why are these AEW wrestlers so averse to these CMLL guys being in?
Oh, Chuck's have been attacked backstage. Who is it?
Undisputed Kingdom have attacked
United
Chuck Taylor
Kingdom
backstage.
United Kingdom, not Undisputed Kingdom. Not on this podcast. Really? I suppose, yeah, it's Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, isn't it?
Yep. We're adding some fuel to the fire of Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, and realistically, I can only imagine that Roderick's going over on that one, because they need to add and get some more heat with regards to these guys. But yeah, what a show this has been so far.
Hell yeah! Do you mind covering the podcast for a minute while I disappear?
I can do so. I can go through some of the chat comments if you would like. I can't bring them up on screen, of course, but
that's cool.
I think we're actually caught up to date.
We're not too bad. I've been sort of blasting through them sort of after we've been talking about stuff, and
I'd like Jeff Adams. Go on, bugger off. I'm going to speak to everyone. I'm going to speak to the people.
Put yourself over as well.
Oh, I can do that. Don't you worry. Got 24 years experience of that. Jeff Adams just saying Moxley just wills a lead pipe into existence. I wondered when I was looking, I was like, where did Jon Moxley find that lead pipe? Like, did he stick it under the ring earlier? A lead pipe is one of the things. As someone that works in the wrestling business who has put up, I don't know how many wrestling rings and set up, I don't know how many wrestling ringside areas. Not once have I ever just there's no need for a lead pipe to be down in the ringside area. Does he bring it down to the ring earlier on in the day, just stick it under the right corner and just go just in case? Like, why a lead pipe? If you're gonna go to that, but why not something else? Because a lead pipe has no business being down at ringside. It's not like someone's gonna be down there ringside going, oh, there's a lead pipe. Oh, well, that might be something to do with because it has no business being there. There is no purpose for a lead pipe being there whatsoever. If you're going to put something else down there. Put something else a little bit more imaginary. Imagine a bit more imagination. Sorry, well, imaginary. How we got that in the first place? So yeah, where does this lead pipe come from, and why do wrestlers, if they can't wield a steel chair, automatically go to the lead pipe? Is this the very same lead pipe that Riho found about a month and a half ago when she had to come down and make the save for people? Is this the same lead pipe? Why the lead pipe? Questions to ponder here on this Wednesday evening. Deonna saying, I'm loving the fact it's more than your typical lucha match. Yeah, it was. I believe they did actually have to follow tags in that. It wasn't just one in, one out. Of course, it did break down at the end, and Deonna saying we need more of this. I absolutely agree. Gary McRae saying this is awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of that match. I'm completely with you. With regards to Gary's question, do you think we're going to lose House of Black because I think they've been totally underutilized? I think the thing is, it doesn't matter how they're going to be underutilized. They apparently don't want to be there. I can't speak for them personally. I can only go by the things that are reported online, of course. But if they don't want to be there, it doesn't matter. Like, wins and losses don't change your bank account. So if they're like, no, we want to be in WWE, WWE is on fire right now, and Vince is gone, so that's where we want to be. Oh, Tony Khan announcement, guys. Please don't be the TD Garden. Please don't be the TD Garden. Please don't be the TD Garden. Oh. Okay, so big business. Big Business. There you go. So yeah, it was the TD Garden announcement. It's called AEW Big Business. So that's obviously clear, like as if we didn't already know, that's the Mercedes Moné debut. With the business, if those of you aren't watching right now, the S in the business was a $sign. So yeah, that was the announcement. We already knew that. Jeff says, so what are the odds? It's not only Mercedes, but also Okada. Well, he is the Rainmaker after all. So you could absolutely be right. And then, will we get that double pop? Everyone, if you throw your minds back to the night where we got both Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole, like that was a great night because of the fact we got both of those. Is it good to debut two big people on the same night? Who goes first? Who goes last? At least with Cole and Danielson, it was in the same segment, so the story was connected. Does Monet has to debut last, right? If they were to do it on the same night, Monet has to debut last because hometown. But yeah, that's a great point from Jeff right there. Why did Ant leave the stream? Just find out his crop got impounded? No, it was a wee break. Deadpool party, welcome to the stream. Says the Lucha NWO invasion. That's my concern. Is it's like I don't need it to, if that's what this is. Number one, give us a little bit more context and make that clear. Do we have to have like 7, 8 members, of a faction there? Because that's a lot of people that you're expecting me to remember the names of. And know the looks and the difference in the masks and the characters. It's a bit too many. Jericho is in the ring right now, for those of us who are here for the audio version and aren't actually watching AEW. As Takeshita comes out to that rocking theme music of his.
Boom, 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 boom. It's Takeshita. He's gotta kill you. Love it.
Is that how his music goes? Is it?
It does, yeah. Have you not heard it? It's
I have not. I have not heard that version, no.
Yeah. Killer Kelly had one of the best wrestling themes in NXT. That was amazing.
I was just about to get the Todd's question, by the way, who said, can I get your take on Cody stepping aside for The Rock? From what I know, everything is an ongoing situation. And the worst thing that anyone can do right now is to think that every detail as it goes on from week to week was meticulously planned since January the 3rd.
Yeah. Well,
that's
there we go.
Like as I understand it, everything that you see happening is very reactionary. You've also got a little bit of double inception moment going on here where they're now trying to convince, or make the audience feel like this is a Daniel Bryan storyline, and so don't worry because we're doing this, even though that wasn't the intention, but just to try to calm the internet reaction and worry about the live event reaction. But my honest opinion is it's much ado about nothing. There's a lot of worry for no reason. Rock and Roman will do good business if that's the priority. Hello, my son.
Dude, Don Callis just slapped the shit out of Takeshita. I loved it.
Well, he's trying to fire him up.
Fire him up. Let's go. Moxley did a Bailey, the Lucha NWO Invasion Deadpool party. Welcome, my dude. You are more than welcome here. Why did Ant leave the stream? Just found out his crop got impounded. Big business means money. There's your Mercedes tease. So odds, it's not any. Oh, it's interesting, man. Carter makes it rain money. Takeshita's amazing. He is, Jeff. He is. I love Takeshita. Everything all right in the greenhouse, Ant? Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, everything's still. The lights are still on. Amazing in every way, says Sassy. Oh, sheer drop brainbuster there from Takeshita. Oh, lots of love for Takeshita on this channel, and that's what I'm here for, man.
Oh, yeah, no. Takeshita's great. Takeshita is, what's your over/under on Takeshita being a future AEW World Champion?
Hard to say, man. If they do it right, he could absolutely be. He's got the talent for it. Put it that way. Mate, he beat Kenny Omega twice as well, and they really put him over with that.
When was the last time that Takeshita lost?
I don't know.
Right? I believe he has not lost since turning villain.
Probably in a tag match or something like that. I think he had but I don't think he took.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Even if he lost, I don't believe he'd have dropped the fall.
No, he wouldn't have. No.
Wow,
and the poll says 60% of people think Takeshita's going to win.
Yeah, wow. I agree. I do think if you said to me, about it, who's going to win, you got to go with Takeshita, purely because of the fact that what's the benefit of putting Jericho over?
But it's not obvious, Dan, and that's what's great.
No, it's not as obvious as what's normal. On a normal episode of Dynamite and Rampage, this would be Takeshita versus Evil Uno. Do you know what I mean? Like, or Jericho versus Jericho versus one of the workhorsemen. Be like, come on, guys, we know.
Oh, Dan, can we have Takeshita versus Swerve, please? Sammy Guevara attacks with the chair, but it does nothing to Powerhouse Hobbs.
The funny thing is he felt that.
Yeah. Oh, love it, man. Sammy using his quickness against Powerhouse Hobbs makes sense with the characters like that. Sammy looks $1 million in a shirt as well.
He's also just pretty much chair to the face.
Share to the face. It's not a headshot. It was a face shot.
The finish of Sammy to the floor as well with the inside-out cutter.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that running knee. That looked awkward as anything, considering Takeshita has won matches with that previously.
Yeah. Oh, running through. God, good work again from Takeshita.
Inside-out Jericho drop kick. Jericho going to go to the top rope for a plancha.
Again, Tony's announcement was not shocking. Maybe stop talking to dirt sheets. Oh, Jericho's got the devil mask on. At least he's not dressed up like a fat David Bowie.
Oh. Well.
It's Jericho, isn't it, man?
That's not Jericho's fault, brother. That was Takeshita.
Why? I missed exactly what happened.
Basically, just kind of like Jericho does the planter, and I don't know if Takeshita stepped aside or what, but there was some air in between those two on what's supposed to be a connection.
The graphic said Boston $. Hell yeah. Jericho in Japan, says Sassy. And knock on wood, he's so safe with everything. The way he protected Jericho on that floor brainbuster was great. Yeah, but at the same time, there's been a couple of spots where he's been a bit too safe with Jericho as well in this match, I feel. I don't feel we're seeing... I
don't say a bit too safe, but because of the nature of needing to look after, it's like if you have to be that safe, where then if it makes the viewer go, he's looking after him, then maybe don't do the move. Because we're not talking about the impact of the move now. We're going, he's looking after him.
Oh, great, man. Last week, Jericho had a move with Kyle Fletcher, which absolutely botched on the top rope. This week, he's against Takeshita, and Takeshita, while Jericho looked unsteady on his legs there, Takeshita just powered through and absolutely delivered a beautiful superplex.
The Cure says Anthea Turner is in the crowd.
What?
I so hope that's true.
Let's hope she doesn't have a motorcycle behind her. Right. He lost to Jericho Japan.
Maybe there is an Anthea Turner there. I can't imagine it's the most uncommon name.
Takeshita and Okada as a tag team, says Gary. Mind exploding. No,
I want Okada versus Takeshita.
Hell yeah. Whoa. Takeshita should be New Japan.
Give me a pay-per-view and give them 25 minutes.
Mate, Takeshita could do some really exciting stuff at Forbidden Door as well. Really exciting stuff.
Andy Tanner's in the crowd standing next to Amanda Holden. What's Amanda Holden?
What's she holding? What is she
I
holding?
just asked what Amanda's holding.
Correction, it was DDT, not Noah. Thanks, Misfit. That dive was really brutal on Takeshita's wrist, really, right? I miss that dude. As they're doing the spot on the floor. But I don't know if it's earned, Dan, compared to everything else we've seen, my dude.
It's these two back and forth with strikes.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Anthony
now Jericho
Toni.
getting the advantage in this strike off between the pair.
Takeshita lost to
we're just
Jericho.
back from, I didn't even realize that apparently we was at commercial break. The action was good. Usually you can tell when you're at commercial break, but I felt that was good action. Nice sit out variation. It was the Doi 5, Naruki Doi's version of the F5. And if you don't know who Naruki Doi is, I really suggest you go back and look up some Dragon Gate, the original home of the Young Bucks. Yeah!
Oh, careful.
I think Jericho kind of got his own back on Takeshita with that. Because Takeshita was not there for Jericho, and Jericho was not there for Takeshita.
There we go. Wednesday, March 13th, AEW's Big Business. Guys, do you know where you can watch that with someone? You can come and hang out with here every Wednesday night. We cover AEW Dynamite. Knees up.
Knees up on the senton.
Louisa Ziesman was spotted as well.
Chiropractor treatment here from Jericho. No.
And the knees up from Takeshita that time. Takira, what have you been smoking, man? About Forbidden Door with AEW signing Ospreay, Jay White, and Okada leaving New Japan. What other matches between promotions really excite you at this point? It's a good point. There's a lot of talent in AEW.
New Japan are definitely an interesting, time of business for them. Yeah. The next few months are going to be very, very interesting.
Certainly will be.
They've got some changes to make.
Well, not just that, Dan.
I tell you one thing, it would be nice to see more of Hiromu. That's what I want to see more of. Give me more of Hiromu. You're going to do some Forbidden Door stuff. Well, we got some great talent. Have we even had Hiromu? Nice counter. And then, that strength.
What strength.
If you guys aren't watching this live, right? If your only, knowledge of this is via us, it was a dead weight wheelbarrow suplex from Takeshita to Jericho. And if they upload clips of this, just, go and watch these clips after this match, because honestly, it was scary. When you're like, oh my God, there's no way he's just going to end up getting dropped. No, beautifully done.
Forearm there from Takeshita to Jericho, running into the ropes now, going under the clothesline.
Oh! Beautiful. Going for the Masawa Lariat, get caught in this code breaker.
Nasty code breaker. I do like Jericho's sloppy code breakers, though. I don't like a really neat code breaker that does that looks like a 2K character. It feels like a move that should be violent. And when Jericho went to New Japan, that's what I was enjoying about Jericho.
Yeah, but the code breaker's all about the person taking it. It's the guy doing it is just, all he's got to do is bring himself up and bring his knee up. It's the other person to bump it. So it's not really on Jericho on those, to be honest with you.
Right. Interesting, man.
So he just had a bit of bad luck with some of them, I think, unless, it was some timing issues with the other person involved. Nice capture.
Oh, he's going to do
something amazing. Spinning Blue Thunder.
Mate, the amount of space he cleared in the ring as well there. The amount of space he got between that rope and the other side of the ring. Amazing. I miss when Jay White looked like a real threat, says Deonna. Well, he's always back to bring back up if they need to.
Oh, block of the spinning knee. Blocking the
Judas effect.
Pump knee from Takeshita to Jericho. Sends Jericho into the corner. Yeah, just an open hand slap from Jericho to Takeshita, and now he just charges him into the corner. And now I suppose we're going to get a super Rana from Jericho to Takeshita.
I think Rossi Ogawa, but the time limit drop beginning TLD his favorites.
Oh, that was great. Oh, damn it. He had to put his trunks up. And I hate that. It's one of my pet peeves. It's just like, just leave it a moment. It's like,
oh, Jericho, what are you doing?
Hey, again, I think they've been watching their Eve. We saw that move on Eve last week with Alex Windsor and ZZ. And Jericho just gets the shoulder up.
Why did he try and get his feet on the floor? Mate, he just whacked his head into the
ring. Called the Wagamama? His name is called the Wagamama.
Is it really?
Which for us in the UK is hilarious because that's
a restaurant chain.
A medium-priced restaurant.
Chair's got into the ring. Referees are avoiding. Don Callis is in there. He's got the screwdriver. He's hit him with the screwdriver. Screwdriver. Stick it in your head now.
You're going to now put him in the walls and he's going to be unconscious. And it's one arm down, two. Oh, he's with it. False finish.
Fight out of the walls. If we see another Forbidden Door main event of Tanahashi versus AEW champ, I will not be happy, says Jeff Adams. And he's tapping.
To the walls of Jericho.
Go on, Takeshita's still getting their wins. Rack 'em up, baby.
And to his own finish as well. Okay, there was the screwdriver involved, but he still tapped him out to his own finish.
Right, now they're playing the brown noise victory celebrations. To answer your question, Dan, Himuru wrestled on Forbidden Door last year, teamed with LIJ to face United Empire. There we go.
Oh, was that on the pre-show, or I don't know, I just don't even remember. But give me Hiromu in the singles, man. Give me Hiromu. Make Hiromu. I think New Japan need to get over their constant size issues with regards to, although it's logical, don't get me wrong, but with regards to Junior and the heavyweights, I think they need to give Hiromu more of the ball and try to have him run more, because Hiromu's got everything they could want. Everything they could want. Gary McRae said, I'm going to go Will Ospreay versus J-Rock versus Swerve. So there's bound to be, Will has worked Swerve many times in the past. So I would imagine some of those matches will be on YouTube as well. Now, yes, obviously, they were different levels of the career. The pair of them are so much better now than they were back then. But they were fun matches back then. And I remember them two doing several dance-offs in their matches as well, because the pair of them are very, very good dancers. A lot of people don't know about Will, but Will is a tremendous dancer. So,
wow.
Yeah. I would imagine that there'll be some footage of that on YouTube. So, yeah, there's
there we go.
I'm not a fan of triple threat matches, as everyone knows. So I would, but Will against Jay or Will against Swerve, you know, I mean, I know, but saying that, like, that's just a normal match anyway. It's not a Forbidden Door, is it? You know?
No, certainly isn't.
But yeah, no. When it comes to like Forbidden Door matches, it's like, just give me Hiromu in something big and important. That's where I am.
The Avalanche should have been the finish, says Jeff. Nice Blue Thunder bomb. Nice, man. Another great match. It was on the pre-show, says Misfit, confirming that match was on the pre-show for you there.
Yeah, I thought it must have been on the pre-show, because I was like, well, I should remember that then, and I don't. So that tells me it must have been a pre-show match.
Could realistically do Okada versus Ospreay at Big Business. The thing is, you don't need to do them matches. If they have signed Okada, he's going to be there for a while, and so is Will Ospreay. So let's build to it, man. Let's build to it.
Yeah. By the way, if you haven't taken part in the vote that we've got up right now, now is the time to do so. Also, I missed earlier. I don't know if you called it, but Gary McRae donated £2 a super chat.
He did, yes, I certainly did. Thank him for that. Helped support the channel, man. It pays for my StreamYard, so thank you so much.
Apologies,
man.
I missed it, so I forgot to, pass on the thanks on behalf. Even though I'm not a member of this channel, but I am a member of the channel, literally. But I'm not.
Yes, Dan is my friend from Pro Wrestling Eve, the incredible women's only promotion. Comes on and gives us some insight into the business. You won't
see me on the stream with anyone else. It'll always only be with Anne.
It will be, man. It will be.
The couple of the others, they'd never do a stream with me.
You have done 3 ways with us in the past. We did one. We did. What was that awful Bray Wyatt thing where he come out as a zombie?
I have no
TLC,
idea.
I think, and he come out as the toxic Avenger.
Dom. I would do stuff with Dom. Dom's not the issue.
Yeah, I think you've done stuff with Dan before as well.
No, I haven't.
Go back and watch it.
Oh, Dan, as in the other Dan? Monday Night Dan? Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
He's a sweet lad. He was supposed to be on the main card of the first Forbidden Door, where he was supposed to team with Shingo, Sting, and Darby Allin, but pulled out because he was sick. There we go. Oh, never mind. Forgot Okada about to ramp up.
Did Hangman lose yet? Time limit draw. And welcome to the channel, Chip.
Yeah, nice to see you, Chip. Thanks for joining us, man. Yes, Okada is going to GCW. We all know that. Sting and Darby are winning, says Jake. Are they? Are the Young Bucks going to cost it? What have you got, Dan?
I don't know. This is the most difficult. Like the rest of the show, that's his brother. Oh my God, they look so similar, don't they? Oh, that's his son.
Brother or son?
Brother. Yeah, I don't want to say brother. I meant his son. It's just amazing how similar those two look. And I wonder if, the pointing of that out, is it because we're going to get some heat at the end and the idea is that his son is there having to watch it? Or are we here going to get the family embrace Sting winning his final ever championship, one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions? I don't know. This is comparatively to the rest of the show, this is the hardest match to predict. Do we end their undefeated streak on an episode of Dynamite, but establishing Ricky Starks and Big Bill as a tag team? Or do we get it straight onto them and make it about the Young Bucks match? I think if it was me, with the state of their tag team division not being as strong as it should be, I would switch the belts and make it about Young Bucks and Sting and Darby.
Do you know what, Dan? The issue I have is with Ricky Starks, and my only concern with giving him his Sting's win is I don't know if Ricky Starks is going to stay in AEW or not.
If I was a gambling man, I would say he is not staying.
That's what I mean. So giving him Sting's win is something that he takes forever.
Toni has a habit of trying, of booking in a manner to, it comes back to a lot of what Gary asked earlier with regards to the House of Black. When someone is adamant about going, it doesn't matter how you push them because they're not concerned about the push. These days, a lot of people of this level aren't concerned about the push because they're being courted already and they're already on television on one side. So there's a push going on regardless.
Yeah.
So they're not concerned about the push. That's the thing that the fans are more concerned about. If it was someone that wasn't on television, they may be concerned about the push. But that's not here. So we already have a guy that's already getting pushed, already has gold, and, quite likely, quite possibly, is still not going to stay around. So I agree. Don't, on that basis, although I think Toni has a habit of then going, well, look, I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this for you. There's nothing wrong with that. He's trying to court confidence. But if someone's already got it in their mind that they're going, right,
that's what I mean.
But
It's a really difficult thing. What do you guys think about that in chat? Do you think Ricky Starks, if he is planning on going, is the right person to give Sting's loss to in AEW? Hangman Lou certainly did. Girlfriend is teasing me. She was teasing
and for those
me
who are just joining us on the stream and not watching, it's a big old arena-wide brawl, and you know what? It's the show where we can do that because there's an audience.
They've got an audience tonight, and they're going to have an audience at that Boston show, Dan.
This audience is more than the last 2 weeks' audiences put together.
Yeah, man.
That's not a good thing to say.
No. But if they can carry on putting cards like this together, Dan, and it is
announce your matches, announce your
Doing?
stars.
What's he doing? Crossbody off the top of the door. Wow.
From 63-year-old Sting?
And they looked after him as well. Good work.
Well, you know what, though? It still messes you.
I bet, man.
And I'm just worried about even like... Wow. Yeah. I bet you're feeling that, brother. Because that's still impact. Still a hell of an impact.
Only question about this match is are the Bucks going to interfere and cost Darby and Sin? With you on that one, and interesting, man. Interesting. Sting should not lose till Revolution, says Misfit. Interesting. El Desperado versus Kingston. Not possible. He serves when he drives. How could he lose? Damn, Sting's boys are huge, says Deonna. Whatever happens here, keep Sting safe so he can be at Revolution. Don't need him to do 2 story Sting splashes through tables. We've just seen one of them. Give me the gold to give the gold to Sting, says Todd. Nice. Ricky isn't staying, says Deonna. Yes, exactly. Thank you, says Gary. Hi, Sassy. Ricky Starks could go, but if he goes to WWE, I don't think he's going to do well, says Chip. Interesting. When he starts contracts up, if it's 2 months, no. If it's a year from now, sure. Really interesting point, Jeff. Really interesting point. You had wrestlers giving away tickets. Catch Sting at all costs, says Deonna. Thank you. Caught up on the
bump
comments.
On the floor from, surprise, Darby.
Oh, really?
I know, right?
Darby Allin taking insane bumps. Guys, I will be watching Revolution. Let me know in comments if you are going to be hanging out with me for Revolution.
You know, yes. I actually toyed with going over and doing Revolution live. Because of work, I decided against. But I actually
going and watching.
I have zero ever interesting, going abroad, let alone going abroad for, and yeah, I actually toyed it. I think Sting, I have spent 24 years in the wrestling business almost, right? And I think back to the Sting action figure that made me interested in wrestling, and how I became a massive Sting fan watching. Because I got into WCW first. I was a WCW kid. I wasn't a WWF kid. I got into WCW in 1990, and it's to me this is I got. How can someone not respect me? You look at the dude 63 years old and you look at these matches that he's put on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Selfless, and he's not trying to be out there doing singles matches. He's just expecting everyone to just work around. Do you know what I mean? He's given and given and given.
Yeah. I think I'm gutted I missed Allin this year because that was my only ever opportunity to ever see Sting, really. And but I wanted to cover it on the channel, and at the same time, his matches in AEW have been great. Dan, he's been, look back at the WWE run that he ended with, and it was awful. And he's able to finish his career
that's
on
the
it.
problem when you have something that's overproduced, and Vince WWE at that time was incredibly overproduced. This, we've just, I feel that we've really seen the best of what Sting's had. Would I have liked it to have been a bit different at times, of course, because I think we can all do our fantasy style booking of how we would imagine it to go. That'll always be better in our minds. But hey, we got some extra years out of Sting, and who thought we would ever get any more? Oh!
Careful!
Holy what the hell?
Not with Sting.
He clotheslined him so hard that even when he hit the floor, he still slid like he was on ice.
Jesus. I don't want Sting to lose at all, lol, says Deonna. Darby with a big dive. Oh! What was that?
Catches the suicide dive and then takes the big old black hole slam on the outside. That's
Jesus.
suck to take. What?
Wow, here we go.
I knew that he was clearly being caught because he wasn't going a million miles and turning inwards like a torpedo, which is when he does his normal suicide. So you knew he was going to get caught because he was coming out like this. So he was opening himself up to allow to get catch.
Big Bill to get caught, yeah.
I was just like, okay, so he's going to catch him and then do the running into the post. No, of course not. Of course not. I didn't think. No, that's not Darby's style, is it? No, he's going to take a big old swinging black hole slam on the floor.
Oh, dear. Hear me out. Sting and Darby wins, gets the gold, and then at Revolution against the Bucks gets screwed by Ricky Starks, which leads into a feud and push for Ricky versus Darby. Interesting, man. Interesting. I'm down seeing Ricky versus Darby.
I'm really impressed with Big Bill in this match because, right, he's always kind of felt like almost like how Billy Gunn was in WWE around the late 90s. As a guy that's always pushed at a level that's perhaps more than the fans would take, even though we can all see that there is a load of talent there. And there's big guys. This is a big match, possibly the biggest match that he's been involved in. And I think that he's nailing
using it. Yeah, he's using it. I mean, you've seen a lot of charisma from him that we don't always see. But I feel like Ricky Starks has helped bring that out in him a lot as well.
Well, this is just even so, like, just him and Jet, like, he still needed to do this physicality and just be in the right places and just doing everything right. Like, I'm just talking as well, just from not just a personality perspective, but also just from we are seeing more personality from him, but but also just from a technical aspect. I don't mean chin locks and wrist locks, obviously. Just mean everything that he's doing in there. Like, this is the best I think I've ever seen him. Like, and the pressure that he's under right now, because he knows that he's under a lot of pressure in this match.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, you trust him in there with Sting, for crying out loud. Like, even if like Sting tells you, no, don't worry, it's all good, you're going to put yourself under that pressure. And he's the main event of television.
Hell yeah, man. How are you doing today? I just got done with wrestling practice. Kale, thank you so much for joining me. Hope wrestling practice went well. Where are you training at, Kale? I remember seeing Sting at the Great American Bash. Yes, the OG Bash, says Deonna. This is going to make Dan jealous.
Kale means like school wrestling. Like
I assume so.
Amateur wrestling, yeah.
Deonna was she saw Sting at the Great American Bash, Dan.
What? Which Great American Bash?
The original one.
Wowza.
See, I knew that, but you're jealous.
That's cool.
I've seen
Sting only once, and that was at Wembley last year.
Yeah. Hi, Kale. Bill don't care if he has grandkids. Certainly took him.
You never worked any of the TNA tours that I worked.
Oh, did you not?
No.
Good, man.
So that was a big point for me to, go last year.
Yeah, man.
To actually get to watch, get to watch him.
Yeah, and actually not look at the screens, just watch. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was at WrestleMania last year.
Oh, and he hits the Sting. Stinger death drop on Sting.
Darby saves.
And you notice how Sting, it wasn't that Sting kicked out. Darby saves.
Yeah.
So the visual was that Ricky Starks had the pin on Sting from his own move, which sadly was exactly the match that we just saw. But
oh, careful. Oh, heavy landing on the floor.
Stinger splash.
Stinger splash. Boom.
Look at him run. I can't run like that now, and I'm 41.
Let's be real. Bill just needs a new name, says Jeff.
Agreed. It's a terrible name.
Code Red. Oops. Cure. I preferred when he used Morrissey, William Morrissey.
Bill Morrissey, I hated the W because W is just not an easy thing in terms of staying. And Scorpion Deathlock. Is this
Here
it?
we go.
This has been a great match, by the way.
Nice.
What a visual! As Bill walks to the ring, carrying Darby on his back as Darby pulls in the sleeper and trying to choke him and goes to the eyes and turns him around. Like, look at that positioning.
Whoa, through the table. Great.
We're at the finish.
Great. And that come from out of nowhere as well. I completely forgot the table was there.
That won't work because it's Tornado.
Nice.
So he's trying to go underneath, and that lessens the pressure. So Sting has to give it up.
And Bill and Darby are dead. It's just come down to Sting and Ricky Starks.
Sting misses the Stinger Splash, goes into the exposed turnbuckle. What a great
he's getting the win here, Dan.
Maybe. I don't know, brother. I don't know. I'm taking it all in. Why is he having second thoughts? Have second thoughts? He's firing up.
Big spear. It kicks out.
That was.
Oh man, Ricky Starks getting angry.
I don't get what this Ricky Starks having second thoughts about. Part one.
It's to make a big moment, Dan. It took a moment, and we thought we had a Shawn Michaels "I love you" moment of respect from Ricky Starks, and now he's raging against it.
Oh, catches the spear. Here we go. Finish. This is gonna be
boom. I like that, Dan. I like that.
I'm in. I'm all here. And
they have. Are you okay?
This is good. I'm here. This is good.
Yes, Dusty and my guy Magnum TA. That might have been one of the smoothest turnbuckle pulls I've seen for real. Hell yeah. Come out of nowhere, man. We thought it was a botch at one point. We thought that the freaking turnbuckle had ripped itself off. It was so smooth. Big Bill is just boring, says Crazy Jake. He was a lot better in that match, and I've seen him since he's been in AEW.
I would agree with you. Like, I've not connected with Big Bill neither, and his name is a big problem. But he was tremendous in that. That is the best I have ever seen him.
Well, I agree. Good night, Reginald. Thank you, my dude. Yes, says Deonna. Here we go. We've got to get the Young Bucks out now, Dan.
Well, we're getting the celebration with the family. The one last. That was
Ricky Starks had his opportunity.
Look at
that was sick, Dad. He says that was sick, Dad.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Oh, and he's got his title in AEW, Dan. This is great.
Yeah, it is.
There we go. His title in AEW. Great moment, Dan. And now the Young Bucks ruin it.
The Young Bucks, and there's the boys. And now his sons are getting beaten up as well. I speculated at the start
that's what had happened, and it certainly is. They've come in the clockwork orange. It's the white thing to do. That's right. They are in white suits. Happy, very happy for Sting. Me too. See you all next week. See you soon, man.
The story that they told was about like these older people, they trying to say like these former WWE guys coming here and making moments. Older people making moments about the benefits of wearing white.
Mate, Darby is split open bad. And Matt Jackson, he says to Nick, go and rub some blood on yourself, love. Go rub some blood on yourself.
Look, Darby rubbing his head into him, bless him.
He knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good.
What a visual. Good. BTE and double smash to Darby's head. And Darby once again rubbing his head.
Deonna. This is just to get some,
heat on the young wrestlers.
This is to get some heat.
Hell yeah!
Add some fuel to the fire of the tag match at the pay-per-view. And the fact that we've still got 4 more weeks, is it? And we're at this point. I'm here. This is what AEW
should have been
doing.
Yeah, this is what they should have been doing for ages. We're not just getting matches set up before the pay-per-view. We're telling stories.
Beautiful. Luke Bennion, great. Thanks for joining us. Great visual. Agreed.
Oh, mate. For the first time in 13 years, Sting is a champion again in pro wrestling. And I appreciate all of you guys joining us for that moment.
And the Young Bucks just beating up. What a visual. This is the beauty of wearing white.
Hell yeah, man. And their characters absolutely suit it at the minute. And Sting is bleeding now.
Looks like if he's bleeding from the nose, that's hard way. Because you don't gig the nose. What was it that caused him to bleed from the nose, I wonder?
Yes, says Jake. Well done, Stinger. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson.
Great heat finish. Young Bucks leaving Sting, Darby, and Sting's kids lying in the pool of blood. Crowd hot on the finish.
Revolution has the best build going into a pay-per-view in about a year. Yes, and we are still 4 weeks away. And it is easily the best build going into a pay-per-view. And it's because of episodes like that. That was the best episode of Dynamite we have seen in years.
Not about years, because I can't think, but that was the best Dynamite. God, in a very long time.
It was good. It was good. That was a solid showdown from top to bottom. I can dream, lol. All of you, my friends. Reginald, you're my friend too, my dude. When is your next stream? I am going live tomorrow. I don't know if you're into the Vince McMahon stuff, but I'm going live on a different channel. The link to that is pinned in the comments, so go subscribe to them and you can see me on there tomorrow. I'll be streaming Dynamite next week, and there'll probably be some more Vince stuff coming up. Dan, when's your next Eve show, mate?
So, of course, we just had an Eve show this past Thursday. We've been doing some producer commentaries, behind-the-scenes commentaries over the last few days as well. But every Sunday over on the Eve channel, which just search Pro Wrestling Eve or go to watchevewrestling.com. That is just a link that will just take you to our YouTube channel. We do our watch-alongs where our channel members, our super chatters, those who follow the product, can recommend us wrestlers that they think we should be having in Eve, and that's where we'll watch the matches, given to us by our viewers, and it has literally led to us having a number of people in Eve. In fact, the show that we did last Thursday, I think featured 3 or 4 of the people that we first saw via those watch-alongs, via our viewers, saying to us, "Hey, watch this person. We think that they should be looked at for Eve." So, and really in next month, we have Tai Honma from Japan coming over as well. She was another person that was recommended to us by a viewer. There's a lot going on.
7th of March, is it?
7th and 8th. It's a double. 7th and 8th of March in London. And if anyone is UK based or certainly around London, just to warn you, I believe all seats are sold out. Tony Khan is in the ring right now giving Sting a hug. Sorry, I'm just watching right now.
Yeah, I don't know how Dan knows that. Clearly, he's got his mate there with a phone at the gig. So yeah, there you go. So Gary, go subscribe to Pro Wrestling Eve, my friend. I guarantee you will not regret it. Sam is also streaming SmackDown on Friday and Dan on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, subscribe to all the channels, my dude, and you can see it. Okay, that was an 8.5. I'd give it a 9.5. What was wrong with that show?
Yeah, that was.
I thought there was some sloppy moments in the Jericho and Takeshita match, but what else was wrong in that show?
And to be fair, I don't know if I'd say sloppy. I would just say sod's law. Shit happens in matches.
Yeah.
You know.
Guys who won Cutmaster Promotions, welcome, my dude. Sting and Darby Allin won the last match, my dude. This episode is what made me fall in love with AEW in the first place. Absolutely, it feels like a
100%.
Back to
absolutely. Yeah,
let's
and
say,
no one does using legends better than AEW.
Hell yeah, man.
Sting is all just busted up from the nose, and it's just all.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Let's just say best Dynamite in recent year memory, 9.5. Best Dynamite in the last 6 months.
I agree,
Sweet
Jeff.
Cheers. Thanks for joining, Dan. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an important announcement to make. Tony Khan says Cody is all elite. Oh, okay. 10 says Sassy. 10 from Sassy right there. 9.75 says Chip. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because I missed the last few minutes of the tag match. You can't give it an 8.10, an 8 out of 10 because you missed the last few minutes.
You're penalising the product
because I needed a piss, so it only gets a. Okay, Tony Khan did not say Shazam. That was wrong. He should have said Shazam during the announcement. Yes. Sassy got a dose of Mox and she's throwing up a 10. She's doing more than throwing up a 10. Wow, what a show. What a show. And what great numbers we've done tonight as well, Dan.
Doesn't matter. What matters is what we saw.
I loved it.
Agreed. Like, that was a great episode of wrestling television right there. That is the best episode of Dynamite, in certain, as said, in recent memory, in a long time, whatever it was. Yeah, like, that was great. That was enjoyable, top to bottom. We got feel-good moments. We got things. We got heat. We got things to look forward to. The only thing that we don't have an idea of next week's card. Normally we get an idea of like next week on. We have nothing. I would, so what I would hate is that we are back to a nothing. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, is that too loud if I got it?
No, it's not. No, I got another 10 on the stream. I just got excited about it. It's good to see that people are excited about AEW. Jake, I want to know what you would have improved. You give it a 7.25, which is all cool. Just want to know what you'd improve in that. Misfit says there's no in-ring segment tonight is fresh. David says wonderful episode for sure. And Luke, give it a 10. Dan, I'm going to push you on something that I never normally do. You know what I do here? I do Performer of the Night, and I know that you hate that. But
yeah, because it's impossible to.
Who was the Performer of the Night, Dan?
I mean, it's impossible to say because wrestling is a magic show involving several magicians working together all at once. Everyone, it feels to me, stepped up tonight. I enjoyed everything on this show.
I did.
And
Tony did great.
Tony did great. Hey, Red Velvet was there. Red Velvet did their thing. We didn't hear the commentary, so we can't give anything to the commentary because, of course, we've been gabbing. It's. I mean, purely on the basis that I feel that whenever I see him work, and I'm just like, how the hell is this guy doing what he's doing at this age and stage of career? Because here's the other thing. It's one thing for us to talk about Sting's age, right? But but people just say it in just like on the basis of being, 63 and what that's like being old. But I feel that people forget to point out that is not a normal 63-year-old body. That is a 63-year-old body of a man who began his wrestling career in the 80s when the rings were incredibly stiff, so much more stiffer. When you was wrestling from night to night to night, like that is what phenomenal. That man must feel like. I don't even know And I don't think any of us can truly comprehend.
No,
And the fact
no.
that he is doing what he is doing, the fact that he is diving off of balconies, and people might say,
Mad.
yeah, but okay, he's just throwing himself and it's still on the person catching. No, the risk. Think of the mental state that you must be in, because he knows he's coming up for his retirement match. He knows if he gets injured and he can't wrestle, then that whole show falls apart.
Yeah,
But yet there he goes out being the best he can. And in such a risky business, because this is live action stunt work, and you do not get to make a second take.
No,
We
you
do
don't
not
get to make a mistake. No.
You know, and you do not get to rehearse and do these things with. You do not get to do these things with a crash mat that's just out of sight when it's in the ring or when it's like that. You know, Sting is another level, and if I had to choose someone, which is you rightfully say, I hate doing. You know, the truth of the matter is, I do not know how Sting is a walking marvel and a wrestling marvel, and that is that.
Well, let me say that I think Swerve is taking it up week after week after week, and that match with Hangman Adam Page was absolutely outstanding.
It was
match of the year contender already. It was freaking insanely good. Swerve is just next level, man. He's next level. Mm-hmm. Wow. Right, we're ending it there. Chip says my pitch is now at Revolution. Ricky Starks screws Darby and Sting, which leads to a push to Darby versus Ricky.
I think I tell you the reason why I don't think that'll happen. It's Sting's last one. I don't think we're going to get anything other than as clean a finish as you can. I don't believe we're going to get any outside interference in a way that would impact the finish of the match, because you don't want to overcomplicate Sting's last match, and you want to make sure that the focus is still very much this is Sting's last match.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I think is it possible that there's some interference? Yes, because it's possible, especially in a match like that where you're going to want to smoke and mirrors as much as possible. But I also think that when it comes to the Bucks, you know, the Bucks are so goddamn good. You don't need to pull in external smoke and mirrors to make that match something.
It's going to be special. It's going to be really special.
It will. Todd Johnson says those guys from CMLL. What do you mean, those guys? Sorry.
In terms of the performance of the night, Todd enjoyed the guys from CMLL.
Oh, I see. Yeah. They all performed brilliantly. I feel bad for Mascara Dorada 2.0. Had a couple of little moments, and what it was just the hip toss, and it's harder when there's two people doing the hip toss and you're that close to the ropes, because then you've got three people that all need to be on the same, and it feels I think a load of people will look at that and assume that was all him and his reason because of not knowing how the details of wrestling works. But yeah, no, all of them, all you know, that was just what we call in the business a ricket, and rickets happen, and can't say. Everyone performed great. What a show!
Yeah, the Bucks are going to get massive heat when they beat Sting and Darby in Sting's last match. Especially with these new characters, which is going to be great for them. And
will they beat them though, or will they allow Sting to go?
No, they're beating him. Sting's an old school man. Sting's taking that loss at the end.
Yeah, I agree. Sting is old. Sting will want to put over.
He's putting over. And
here's the thing.
He's putting over the right people, Dan.
And Sting, I can only imagine how much wrestling Twitter is going to lose its mind when if Sting puts over the Bucks. Now, like Tony Khan could have had Sting put over any upcoming young star, but no, they put over the people that already run the company. And wrestling Twitter is going to be even more of a cesspit than usual after that Young Bucks Sting Darby Allin match.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great.
And in case anyone wanted to know, I don't know what the it looks like it's a trios match is opening Rampage on this week, and I'm always here for trios matches. So Rampage, I don't know who the best friends are against, but it's Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, and Orange Cassidy at the moment are out first, and whoever they're against, I'm sure it'll be great. Trios matches are always bags of fun. So if you're watching, if that's your bag, then Rampage on Friday is going to be for you as well.
The match of the night was the first. What a start to a super show. If Stings puts over the Bucks, Cornette's going to have an aneurysm. Yeah, and we all can't wait for it as well.
Oh, God, Cornette will lose his mind, and he'll blame everyone except Sting, I imagine.
Yeah,
so.
and it'll be Sting's idea anyway. More partly.
Sting would have been a part of the whole
decision-making.
Whole thing, exactly.
Yes.
You know, they're against Undisputed Kingdom.
Oh, there we go. Because we didn't really see much of them from the show. We only had a backstage segment. Guys, we're ending it there. I want to say a massive thank you to my good friend Dan for joining us on the stream. Like I say, we don't plan this. Dan just messages me and says, I'm free. And I say, do we want to see him? And you all say, hell yeah. And it's been great to have you, man. You brought great insight as always, my dude. Thank you so much, mate.
No, thank you for having us. It's always, good fun to do this. Man. So thank you for having us.
Thank you, man. And tomorrow night, I am doing some more Vince McMahon talking. It is going to be on Beefy Has Anxiety. So come on over. Give him a subscribe now. Come on over. And
I don't think that link works, does it? Yes, it does. It does work.
Yes, it does, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, come on over and support Give Me a Hull. Yeah, I'd really appreciate having a few of you there to say, let's go on in the whole Vince debate. Going to be fun. Or not. Night all and Ant the Wizard, thank you so much, dude. Right, we're going to end it here with, of course, Darby Allin. Who else would it be as we go into the last month of Sting's career? Keep it here on Give Me a Hull, yeah, and we'll see you soon.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed.
What'd you say? This is Darby Allin, and you're listening to Give Me a Hull Yeah podcast.